Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite wrestling night. That's not right. Wednesday night wrestling podcast with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Yvonne D. Board, and with your host, still the reigning, still the defending, still the RSH heavyweight champion of the world, Josh D. Board. We are just, 4-5 days away from the Money in the Bank briefcase ladder match to determine which WWE superstars get the briefcase, and we will also determine between Yvonne and us will get the briefcase to cash in on Josh D. Board's candy ass. So, lots to talk about tonight.
That was fucking interesting.
You better be aware, buddy.
I missed my cue. Here it is.
Be aware.
John Cena just came back. Money in the Bank is this Saturday, not Sunday. So what is that? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 4 nights away. Running around the neck of the Bubba, if I can talk, holy crap. The Bubba Ray Dudley did back in the day. 794 days as champion.
6 days away from 800.
You're going to hit that goal because there's nothing coming up
You have.
between them. But that's all right because come Saturday, I'm taking that briefcase. And then come the next pay-per-view, whatever is in September, I'm going to be taking...
I don't know what
SummerSlam, I guess.
SummerSlam.
The end of August.
End of August.
So I'll probably cash in on SummerSlam after I beat you. And that's right. I am confident in my picks.
So am I. I actually am too.
Good. But I ain't scared.
Well, I know you're not.
He may have won last year. He ain't going to win this
I know
year.
you're not scared.
I'm not fucking scared either.
Cool.
No, you're not.
So let's get right into it.
Nobody's fucking scared.
No one's scared.
We have a comment.
Already.
Oh, fuck.
Roll. Oh, he's sitting at home sick with COVID, quarantined in his bedroom. So, of course, he's watching this evening.
Supposed to watch that sickening pay-per-view.
What's up, Cruzy?
You got the forbidden disease.
I'm not sure if I just like did the whole HIPAA thing incorrectly. Can I get sued for that? I don't know. But
Hey, me and Cruzy can talk, we actually still watch it. Still.
I did. I didn't watch pay-per-view, obviously, but I did
agree.
watch Christian's heel turn and promo, and I highly enjoyed it.
I did too. I like him being a heel.
I've always been a Christian fan. I liked him in TNA when he was champion. So to see him go heel,
Against Jungle Boy.
I did. Yeah, dude. And I really like how he brought up his dead dad. That made me laugh.
God, he went. Yeah, he saw Christian's sister and mom in the crowd, and they were flipping him off and everything.
Hey, man.
Christian's like, you're just jealous because you want me to be your dad.
Yeah. And
That's what
I
he
am.
said to him.
And I am
Forbidden
Christian
Door.
Cage.
Was not great. And half your roster's injured, so congratulations.
Yeah,
Hope the
half-
super
That being
kick
said,
is
I know
worth
pretty
it.
bad.
with it being like everybody was injured show, I heard very good reviews about it overall when it comes to quality of it for being
Yeah,
having that
and
many
there's
superstars.
Con like really over exaggerated how many buys they got.
Well, I don't know. I
Then
can't attest to
Bennett
that.
went to the event for $2.
It was $6.
Did he really?
It was
He said they were
$6.
selling tickets at the fucking door
It
for
was
$2.
It was $6.
No, he said they were selling tickets for $2 at the arena.
That's
So it wasn't that fucking great.
wow.
But it had a lot of buys compared to what they were thinking.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of injuries. There really is.
Your champion is fucking injured, and your other champion's fucking injured.
Yeah,
so
No, we have Dean Ambrose as what's his name?
He's
is back?
injured.
John Moxley.
He's got a fucking back concussion.
Oh, did he really?
So-
I didn't hear that.
I mean,
It's Cruzy. It's intern.
and they created
It could
another
be the
title to make
dumbest
irrelevant.
Yeah, and that is true. Our champion is part-time, and so was Brock. So
Well,
Yeah.
their champion's not around at all.
it's not really a comparison
So now
thing.
Tony
I mean,
Khan-
at least we don't have an interim one. Now we have to have another interim for the interim.
At least their injured champions are full-time,
I wish-
unlike WWE's
I wish they
champions
quit
who are
calling
not.
it intern. It's
Yeah, I think that's silly.
getting on my nerves. Like
Yeah.
it feels like it's like a substitute holder.
Just if you're injured, drop the belt, give it to somebody else, then come back and get it back.
Sam Punk,
That's
like
it.
what he wanted to do, he wanted to give the belt up and just start all over. It's what you should do.
That's what makes sense to me.
So when
Yeah.
Punk gets back here and give it back, that's not how it works.
Exactly. That's my
Not how
point.
it
It's like
works
so we have an
at all.
interim champion, and then Punk will come back. Well, who do we fight for? Or is he like going to bring the belt like when he brought the belt back when John Cena was there? Like have two belts? Like what does that mean?
It sucks you get hurt, but you just gotta, you gotta start over. It sucks. But
Yeah, they're just trying to be different, which is cool,
That's
but
Tony Khan.
it's weird.
Weird does describe Tony
Definitely.
Khan.
Yeah.
It is
So
weird.
that is picture. Ew,
And their
God.
best fucking,
Ew.
their biggest name, nobody knows where he
Look at
is.
his weird glasses.
Who's their biggest name?
MJF, where the fuck's he been?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those things.
I
Is
mean, way to
that
capitalize.
was that a storyline? Is it not a storyline? My money is storyline, but who
That's
fucking
what I'm
knows?
By the time he makes it back,
I mean, yeah, that's the thing I have with
my beef is
AEW.
it's trash. It said it was going to be one thing. It hasn't been. It was so much like the thing that they said they So Cody was like, yeah, it's not going to be full of WWE guys. It is. It's not going to be the same stupid bullshit. It is. It's so bad that Cody went back to WWE. So, I mean, there you go. That's why. I watched it for about a year, and I got fucking sick of it because it was literally like watching TNA like on Wish.
Hey, don't be talking shit about
And I
TNA.
think TNA probably would have been better. Than
In the
this
mid
shit.
to late 2000s, it was really good.
All they got for me is MJF, who's not around, and that's pretty much it.
I did see that by the end of this year, AJ Styles will have more matches on WWE than in TNA.
I didn't realize he did.
That's
been there
crazy.
That fucking long.
That is.
That he'd spent 10 years in both fucking
Yeah.
companies.
He was at TNA for like from 03 to 2012 or some shit.
Wow, that's
And he's like, I think he joined WWE in 16, so that's 8 years. That's crazy. It's been 8 years.
Mhm.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
How was
it's been that long.
how is time going by that fast? What, is that 8
Mhm.
years? Is that math? 22? No, that's not math.
Let's see, math.
16.
And Cruzy, explain to me why every
Hold on.
time your owner
16,
hugs
17,
somebody
18, 19, 20,
looks-
21, 6 years.
like a heartbroken little girl. What the fuck was up with this?
You uploaded the picture. It was really creepy.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like, and I've seen people rebuttal, well, Vince hugs people too. Yeah, but he doesn't embrace them like this.
You do it
Like,
I'm like-
professionally,
I think
kinda.
he's.
Tell you, what came to my mind was, I just died in your arms tonight. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what. And
Yeah.
Cesaro's like, all right,
Is that who that is?
Yeah,
Cesaro?
Cesaro.
Oh, that is
So-
him.
He debuted at Forbidden Door.
he's
Oh,
pretty
my
creepy. And
goodness.
then there's somebody on Twitter that has like a whole like collage of like him doing this to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
And, like
God,
they're just
ew.
looking at him like, what the
Don't you have
fuck?
better hobbies? Make collages.
I mean, Vince, sure, that's a good point too. But you know, Vince hugs people, but again, he doesn't embrace them
Hey,
like
but Triple
this.
H
Right.
fucking gives him like the
Well,
whatever.
sure, yeah, Triple H is more manly than both. I think Vince and Tony Khan.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah, that is creepy.
I can't really defend Tony Khan most of the time.
Cruz is cussing.
Uh-oh, he
Uh-oh.
is. What'd you do, creepy?
Get him.
Do you hug people and cry like a little bitch though? Look at him.
Hold on. Let's all see it together. So, for those of you who are listening without the benefit of video, John Cruzy, former person of the show, says, "I'm who the fuck cares who he hugs. If that's a complaint, then you are looking for shit. I hug people." Sure.
I mean, it's looking for shit, but your fucking owner's an over emotional cokehead.
Yeah, like
Like
That is too emotional.
I honestly
He's-
don't like it either. I think it's weird.
it's weird. I mean,
Creepy.
if it's not weird enough that he's like, yeah, there's bots on the internet that's coming after.
Oh, that's
AEW,
probably, that's probably true.
That's fucking weird.
That
that's
is
probably
really
And it's hurting.
weird.
It's like, stop it, dude. Now you're reaching. Your
Yeah.
ratings suck on Friday because your show sucks on Friday.
Well, because
you have a terrible
you can't
time
have a 10
slot.
p.m. show on Friday and be
Right.
successful.
Right.
That's- you
He
should know
said
that.
it. Hey, he said it's going to be great,
Of course it
and they
is.
won the Friday Night War. Hilarious. But
Yeah.
my
I mean,
owner is like the reason that your little pissant company exists. So
He-
you're welcome.
he also apparently has sex with for a lot of money, which
I
is
mean, look
inappropriate.
at look. Tony Khan just smart. He probably kills him and throws him in the fucking river.
Hey man, whatever gets you off the media, that's the
Oh,
smarter
Hey,
way to
dude,
do it.
Don't sleep. His right nostril so fucking big I could park my car in it from all the cocaine he snorted. But anyway,
Well, we all know Vince does cocaine or did cocaine. He talked about it before. But
Baron
it
Vince
doesn't
Man.
matter. I mean, that's the thing.
oh, it
like,
matters.
in
And-
my opinion, it's
Oh, it
it's how you
matters.
show yourself on television. And
Well, do you remember his
this
fucking
makes him
rant?
look weak, in my opinion.
And his rant the last time they had a fucking media thing where he freaked the fuck out about
Samoa Joe.
where
Oh.
he fucking cussed at the goddamn person like
Oh yeah, that's what
with
it
Oh.
was.
CM Punk. I mean, that's
Oh,
it.
that press conference?
He's a fucking idiot.
He's like this. It's like Ronda Rousey. If you respond to the shitty fans, it just shows that you're
You
weak.
can't be professional.
You can't
at
handle
all.
it. You gotta be able to handle it.
You gotta handle the heat.
And I don't think Ronda can do it, and I'm not sure Tony can do it that much.
They need to. They really
Sounds
fuck.
like he loves.
Like I know
Cesaro from
everybody
that picture.
loves that new stable with Regal leading it. I think he'd been better
I
utilized.
wish
It's like
I haven't
a
seen him much.
authority figure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish
more than
Regal would
a,
have been a general manager.
I agree with
figure.
that.
Well, let's transition to somebody who does matter. I guess where the fuck do you start?
Oh no.
Where's my banner? Who's got me all fucked up?
Salt, more salt.
Yep.
I mean, concussions, and more concussions. Have fun watching AEW Dark tonight with everybody's fucking.
Hey,
out with
tonight's
injury.
blood and guts.
That's
Yeah,
Monday.
and like half their rosters are fucking out because of the
That's
flips
Monday,
and
I
kicks and
think.
shit from
Well,
Saturday.
maybe we'll get
so-
some people who we'll get some other WWE people who haven't had a lot of screen time because.
Oh,
of-
yeah. that WWE. It is cool. It is cool.
Get some screen time.
It is pretty cool to see WWE win the war against New Japan over the weekend, though.
Yeah.
Like all the WWE guys in AEW won their matches. It was basically WWE guys versus New Japan.
It was.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty cool that WWE won the Forbidden Door, and then they broke the Forbidden Door Monday on Raw with Daniel Bryan and the Big Show
And Jericho.
was all on
Yep,
there.
Yeah, that's
they
pretty cool.
congratulating Cena.
So Cruzy, my cholesterol's fine.
Mine's not. Mine's fucked. So is my
My
blood pressure.
blood pressure is also fine, as
Mine's
I
not.
am fine.
I'm fucked.
But what is not fine is
Clinically fucked.
excuses wrestling. But anyway,
I went to the doctor. My cholesterol was so bad. He said I should be having a stroke right now, and I wasn't. But that's how high my cholesterol was last month at the doctor.
before I
Anyway.
was rudely interrupted by the sheep in the comments.
You can't see me.
20-year anniversary of John Cena.
Now, here's my only thing. Like, obviously, I'm not going to shit talk this because, but like, it's his 20th anniversary if he was still there, but he's not really part of the company anymore.
This is 20 years from the day he debuted.
Sure.
He is part of the
But
company.
like, unlike Randy Orton, he's not really a wrestler anymore. It's like when Randy did, it made sense because he's still there all the time. But like, it'd be like saying like,
If you're
like
somewhere for 20 years, somewhere for 20 years.
it's like you're going to congratulate The Rock for being part of WWE for 30 years when his 30-year time
The Rock was
comes.
there for like 2 years.
He was there for like 8.
The Rock's trash.
It's just like I think it's a weird. The fact that he's no longer here, I think it's weird that
Oh,
they
yes.
worded it this way. Because it's not 20 years of John Cena. That, to be fair, they did say it was the 20 years of Randy Orton, and that's consistent. But it's not 20 years of John Cena.
It is 20 years.
It's like 15 with
I don't
like
wanna look at
appearances here and there.
Don't make me-
Look at him.
I don't want
The
to-
dude
I
worked
can't
like
see him.
400 fucking.
I don't want to see him.
I
No
want to hear no
disrespect.
fucking
No disrespect.
blasphemous.
Now, John Cena's cool. He has the highest Make-A-Wishes, which is legit.
The Rock is trash.
No, The Rock is not trash.
He is
The
not
Rock is
trash.
right. One,
We'll-
he's the
we'll
most
get to that.
electrifying
Don't
man in
crazy.
sports
The Rock isn't
entertainment.
trash.
We'll get to
Josh
that
is
later.
Just a hater.
We'll get to that later. I just want to remind everybody who raised John Cena's hand and bowed down to him like
Oh.
this. If
Sure.
you don't believe me, I'll find
He
it.
does.
So he was
He-
passing the torch.
He
Sure,
did.
like,
Yeah,
sure.
he did.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knows who Daddy is.
It's just like when Hulk Hogan
There
did the
we
same thing
go.
to The Rock. It's
Do you
Do you
passing
see
the
what The
torch.
Rock got John Cena for Father's Day?
What's
It's
that?
basically his father.
Oh,
Joe.
for God's sakes.
Anyway,
Cena ain't a father.
John Cena had a very eventful night.
He did.
They were smart. They sprinkled him throughout the whole show, which I thought was actually really fucking
It was
smart.
cool.
He got to interact with the Street Profits.
I almost literally said too cool or Crime Time. I was like, that's not Crime Time.
Montez.
So that was pretty fucking funny. I didn't even notice Bianca was back there.
That
I
either.
know, there she is. I didn't notice that either.
John Cena got some fucking purple drink, got that cup.
He's
boy.
like, woo. He's like, too strong for him.
And then he got to meet Zeke.
Speak with Zeke.
Zeke was so excited to meet John Cena. You can tell he's so excited.
And then this was a very big moment, I thought, for Theory.
And Cena's face expression turned.
A Theory
Big
fucking
time.
literally, they let him go in on Cena for Cena didn't even rebuttal.
Dude, Theory's taller than I always
He-
thought he was.
He's
Cena's
24.
Earth. Theory's really good on the mic, and when Yvonne was watching, or maybe it was you,
Wait, was it me? Probably.
or my friend Jimmy, he's like, dude, you can just tell, like, he's going to be the next John Cena. Like, he's got the look,
Yep.
he's got the, he can talk. If he's booked
Besides
properly,
taking the selfies, Cena don't.
I
do
mean,
selfies.
we'll see. That's a big thing to say to be the next John
Theory's trash.
Cena.
If Theory was in AEW, he would have won the fucking interim title. That's fucking forbidden.
Yeah, he
Door.
would
But
have.
anyway,
Theory's not.
I mean, I don't think Theory's trash, but like the next John Cena is a big thing to say. That's like saying
That
you're
is-
going to be the next guy to take the company into the next level. That's supposed to be Roman Reigns.
well, he's
And
there.
so if we're just bypassing Roman Reigns in that statement, that means Roman Reigns isn't as big as
I mean, Theory's
the company
only
says
24.
Roman Reigns
John
is.
Cena didn't
24.
become
So
John
he got it
Cena
at
until he's
24.
like, Cena's like 28.
Sure.
So I mean, Theory's way ahead.
He is.
And if he stays on this trajectory he's on, he will be like huge.
And Vince
It's gonna end up
McMahon's
being like
mentor
him and fucking Moss. Are gonna be the two like cornerstones of each brand
Yeah.
probably. They
I
got
like
some
Moss.
young ones that are ready to go.
They do.
Yeah. As long as they use them correctly, we'll see.
Theory's one of them.
Theory has potential, absolutely. I like Theory back when he was with Seth Rollins.
I did too, and I like
Yeah,
him on
crazy. And
NXT
guess what? They
too.
said the same thing about John Cena. And
They almost fired John Cena.
Jesus Christ, I mean, dudes. We'll get to the Mount Rushmore. later.
Josh and I liked
But-
Theory when he was on NXT with Gargano using the way and stuff.
But then he came out. I really liked the background, so I tried to find a picture with all the shit because they
That
have all
is
his
cool.
symbols over the years that they used on his merch up on the Titantron, which is pretty cool. They had the roster come out. He delivered one of his vintage like
It's
promos,
very John Cena promo.
Vince announced him.
and then Seth Rollins and him had an interaction.
Vince was not on the Hulu version, funny enough.
Yeah, Vince came out and announced
I
Cena.
heard that's what happened,
That
but on the
was
Hulu version, he wasn't there.
Seth Rollins in his funky outfit.
Seth came back,
That's
and then you got the cool Omos came up, says like, I'm winning Money in the Bank, and MVP's like, yeah, but Omos is going to win, and Cena just looks up at him and goes, yeah, good luck with that.
And
Walks
walked
away.
off.
So puts over Omos
Absolutely.
slightly even in fucking passing. So
we all know that ain't gonna happen.
Cena got a fucking pretty productive night, I thought.
He did.
I thought he was utilized pretty well.
Seth's suit's kind of cool. I like the color.
Then he dropped the hit, like, I don't know when I'm wrestling again.
Sure.
And he was like, I got, another match in me. And some fans said, hopefully not just one. And he said, oh, no, I got more than one. So
It kind
Calm
of reminded
down.
me of like The Rock's
He'll be
promo
back.
when The Rock was like doing his last promo. He's like, I'll be back eventually. It reminded me of that. Like,
Cena will be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
by Cena means eventually, he means like 2 weeks from now. When
Probably.
He
SummerSlam.
starts building his program with Theory because SummerSlam's July 29th.
Do we really think he's fighting at SummerSlam?
Yeah, he's fighting Theory.
He's fighting.
That's why this happened.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
There's your.
And the look
Groundwork.
on Cena's face.
I mean, sure. I mean, the
I think
groundwork
there's
would
a
be there,
chance that John Cena cost him his title this Saturday
Nah,
night.
I don't
I'm
think
thinking
so.
about that. I don't know.
We'll see.
I just don't see John Cena costing anybody anything.
And after Cena saying we're gonna see him soon, I mean,
He's
This
the-
warmed
he's
my
the good
heart.
guy. Yeah, that's all. Look how happy Ezekiel
how happy
is.
he
Cena's
Yeah.
like, "Where's the
Zeke's
Elias?"
so happy, and his match got canceled because Kevin Owens had some minor thing come up. But still, look how happy he is.
Yes, I forgot about that.
It's like, I talked about, my brother talked about you. You had your
He said you ruined his WrestleMania moment.
had your difficulties in the past, but I
Yeah.
always
They
liked
always
you.
spoke really highly of you.
Zeke was. I like Zeke.
And Cena's face.
I know.
He's like, I'm Zeke, and he's just like,
It's cracking
makes
up.
you wonder if Vince told him, like, oh yeah, this is what that is.
Cena's like, "Where's
This is who
Elias?"
this is. He's like,
What?
Cena walks in, like, where the fuck's your guitar and shit at?
What's
What's
the
your
other?
beard?
What's the name of the other brother? Elias.
Ezekiel and
Elrod.
Elrod.
Cena's like, "Where's
Kevin
Elrod?"
Owens tweeted, I just didn't want to come to Texas, okay? I told you how I feel about that place. Leave me alone.
I just want to speak with Zeke. That's all I want
Oh,
to do,
I
Yeah,
like
man.
it.
that's
Kevin
fucking
Owens.
great. I can't wait till his line of merch comes out.
Oh, Zeke's. Yeah.
I might buy me an Ezekiel shirt when they're available. That'd be one that I think would be worth
He's
it.
so
I'm not a big
entertaining.
merch guy, but I think that'd be a good one to have.
All right. So that happened. Riddle,
He won this
Qualified for Money in the
The
qualifying
Bank.
last
match.
chance match. Yep.
Becky Lynch won her last chance
Which we said
qualifying match.
we said last week.
Sure, she's on the poster.
She's find a
She's
way.
in.
Yep.
AJ Styles beat The Miz. So
All right, Styles has been winning
he
here.
finally
About time. Fuck.
About time.
Liv Morgan beat Alexa Bliss.
Beat your guy. Yeah.
Bobby Lashley
That
beat
was a good
both of
match.
Alpha Academy.
Yeah, the Alexa Bliss match was not on the Hulu version, so I did not see
It was a
that.
good match, actually.
It wasn't bad. Liv got a win.
That's what
She
see
did. Over
Alexa.
Alexa, that's a good one.
Yeah, so it was like Alexa's first loss in like 4 years or some
Mhm.
shit
That's her first loss since she's been back.
in a one-on-one match.
McIntyre and Sheamus got pulled from fucking Money in the Bank Friday on SmackDown, and then they got back in it after they beat the Usos.
Who did?
Sheamus and
Paul Heyman had
Paul
something to
Heyman
do
had
with that.
Sheamus and
Yeah.
McIntyre both pulled out.
And then they got put back
And
in
then
later.
they're like, if you beat the Usos, you can get back in, and they did.
Adam Pearce put him back in.
Sami Zayn beat Shinsuke.
He got in.
Kofi and Xavier Woods refused to fight Jinder and Shanky again. They said there's too many rematches.
That's good.
And then the
I
Viking
agree.
Raiders came down and laid them out.
Yeah,
They're now
I
heel.
agree. There's too many
Yeah.
rematches.
They're heel now.
Lacey Evans and Raquel Gonzalez defeated Sonya Deville
They're using
by
Sonya more.
pinfall.
I didn't
I
wish
wish she would have been
Street
in the Money in the Bank. I
Profits.
really wish she would.
We're at SmackDown.
I agree with what she said. She
Talia
deserves it.
parodied Ronda Rousey ahead of their championship match. She wore her outfit, blah, blah, blah.
She looked better than Ronda Rousey. I'll tell you that. I actually enjoyed
Sami
that.
Zayn, who they're calling an honorary Uso, upset Paul
It's an
Heyman
honorary Uso.
Oh yeah,
when
his
he had caught
comment,
him backstage promising to cash in his Money on the Bank briefcase on Brock Lesnar,
Oh, he said the
accidentally
wrong
suggesting
thing.
that Roman would lose.
Yeah.
So he got a stern talking to from Paul.
That, I'm sure
Uh-oh.
Roman.
And
ain't
then
happy about
Shotzi
that.
Blackheart beat Tamina to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank. Max Dupree got pissed again, said it wasn't ready for his
The
male
lighting,
models.
the lighting was
So they're going
bad.
to try to get next week.
That
And
character
Pat-
ain't gonna make it.
Pat McAfee
Oh,
challenge Happy Corbin to a match at SummerSlam and cut another really fucking good promo.
He's just good.
That'll
on the
be
mic.
good.
He's
That's-
good
looks
at
like
everything he does.
That's where we're going.
That's what
Yeah.
Cruz is excited to see at SummerSlam. Pat fucking
Right
McAfee.
there with
You know what I'm
Cruzy.
excited to see at SummerSlam?
You-
No New Japan wrestlers that I've never heard of.
I mean, I don't pretend to watch.
Kobayashi.
Actually, I ain't gonna
And
say
JR
that.
acting like he knows. Oh my God. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Well, as an
Go eat
announcer,
some
you gotta
barbecue
do that.
sauce. Anyway. And then next week, we got the Great American Bash on NXT. Is It's not a pay-per-view, but it's their, like,
Sure.
their actual show.
It's their
It'll be a good. We'll have a bunch of good matches.
it's their Wednesday show or whatever night's on now, Tuesday show.
The
Probably,
night after the
probably 2 matches.
4th of July.
Probably 2.
I have to work at the 4th of July. It's bullshit. I work from home. I work cases. I don't talk to anybody, but I still have to work on the holiday. It
Yeah,
makes
2
no
matches
sense.
I'm looking forward to seeing on that. Yeah. Should be good.
I get holiday pay, so that'll be nice. But yeah, it's bullshit. Anyway, so that's Raw. That's SmackDown. And then this Saturday, not to be confused with Sunday, this Saturday is the actual Money in the Bank pay-per-view
kept
match
thinking it was
from
Sunday.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
I like how
Well, usually it is.
I'm just gonna leave this up.
Just admiring his chest.
How happy he is.
It's a pretty
Look at
nice
the
chest.
happiness.
Like, I like to look at guys' chests and muscles, not in like that way, but like, I wish I looked like that. Sometimes I stare in the mirror. I'm like, man, I could be ripped.
Cena's turn.
Yeah, you gotta get turned, man.
Look at him. He's like,
Whatever
what the fuck's
he's
in this
drinking.
cup, my brother?
Woo! The red solo cup.
I mean, I've always been one to just take random drinks from people at parties and see what happens. Like,
Nothing wrong can happen there.
No, nothing.
see where the night takes it.
So we'll end with predictions. That's our
That works.
purpose. But with John Cena coming back, it got me back to thinking to the Mount Rushmore shit because you heard the word GOAT thrown around a lot.
Yeah,
Monday
people
night.
always say goat. Everybody says goat these
Fucking
days.
Tom Brady.
But everything is annoying.
And me and you talked about it last night.
But it made me think because we did Mount Rushmore's a very long time ago, and I mean like episode like 3, like
Sure.
you weren't even
I
around
wasn't
yet.
part of it. Nope.
So
Remember you guys
I wanted to
doing
do
that.
it again because we didn't really have a top 5, and predictions would have lasted like 15 minutes.
Sure.
But it got me to thinking who our Mount Rushmore would be since that's been 2 years. So like the Undertaker's fucking retired.
It was this around the same time that whole
Stone Cold has came back and wrestled.
Triple H is
Like
retired.
Yeah, real match.
Triple H can't wrestle anymore.
Nope, that's sad too.
Jericho's had 37 different groups named after him in AEW. Like
Since 2020.
Yeah. He loves those
He,
You're
big
right.
he
dogs.
has powers now, apparently.
yeah, he fucking
Chris
spits
Jericho
fireballs at
Appreciation
people.
Society.
Cruzy, I mean, that's why it's
I can't even
stupid.
say
Like,
it.
come on.
I can't say.
I mean, it's
He's like, I'm a wizard. Like, stop.
it's
Yeah,
funny.
he's a wizard
Harry
now.
Potter.
It's funny
For a
to
minute.
a point.
For
right.
a minute. I guess it was
He's a
funny the first
wizard.
2 times he did it.
He says it every week. I agree.
Yeah, I know. He's a fucking wizard. But if WWE came out and had somebody being a wizard, they'd be like, oh, cancel TV.
I mean,
Vince is out of touch. Now he's trying to book Harry Potter matches.
Vince is out of touch, but
That
that's a different
coke-headed,
thing.
crack-headed son of a bitch on AEW does it. It's fucking new age wrestling.
If Jericho comes out tonight,
As long as
with
it hits
a
that
magic
18
wand,
to
I'm gonna
24
have
demo. But anyway,
Yeah, buddy.
no wonder we're never going to get any people on this show.
Yeah, because you talk shit about the product.
Well, I'll bring him some cocaine next time when he comes on.
All right, so Mount Rushmore, who's starting her off here?
I'll start mine.
Oh, well, we know who Josh is.
Honorable mention was Triple H.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's fair.
That's a good one.
I can
It's
argue
hard for me to leave him off.
that. Sure.
Absolutely.
I think like all the shit he accomplished,
Yeah.
and
Like,
even into the future now with what he's going to be doing.
Yep. I think Triple H is a big part of WWE. Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
without Triple H, let's say Triple H, like, you know what? I just want to be like a mechanic and just never got into this business. Like, how different it would look without that one man.
And that picture is fucking dope.
That is-
a
that
good
is dope.
picture.
Too
Yeah.
bad that fucking throne I think's in Cody's living room right now.
It probably is. but like he put his own face on it.
Yeah, he
Same
put-
body, but different face.
With Cody's
yeah.
face on it.
I mean, I pulled
That
up.
is a good picture.
I pulled up some of his shit, their stats.
It's hard to leave Triple H.
14-time champion.
Yeah.
14-time WB world champion, started most all time. 5-time Intercontinental. 2-time tag team with Shawn
Damn,
Michaels.
he was a 5-time
I
Intercontinental.
didn't realize that.
He was world tag team champions with Shawn Michaels once. It's crazy. They're only tag team champions
Once?
one
Oh,
time
no.
together.
Yeah.
And he was tag team champions with Stone Cold Steve Austin once.
I remember that.
I remember
They're the
that
power
too.
trip.
I like how they put Slammies on here.
Do you guys remember when they were the power trip and they beat the fuck out of Lita with a steel chair for like a half an hour?
That I remember.
That's when they were a tag team. It was right after the invasion angle. Stone Cold went heel. They partnered with Triple H. They called the power trip, and they literally in the middle of the ring beat the shit out of the Hardy Boys with steel chairs, like bad, and Lita bad. Like they were holding her down and beating her with a steel chair. Then Taker and Kane came out, so they had their feud. But I'm telling you, it was a short-lived tag team because Triple H hurt himself not too long after it started. But go back on YouTube and watch Austin Triple H beat the fuck
I
out of
do
Lita
remember watching
with a steel
that.
chair. I remember watching that shit live. I was like, oh my god, they are killing her.
Well,
Lita.
3-time Slammy winner.
I remember remember the
That's fair.
Slammies.
Yep.
He won the King of the Ring in '97, which is kind of
Yep.
like where he got his rub
Yep.
started.
Yep.
Then he won the Royal Rumble in 02 and 2016.
That's not bad at all.
I didn't realize he won it twice,
I didn't either.
but whatever.
Yeah, he beat Roman Reigns for the title, didn't he? At the Royal
Didn't
Rumble.
Didn't Vince put it on the line
Cruzy,
in the Rumble? Yep,
You'll like this. It's an AEW guy. Number 4 is Chris Jericho.
Oh, there you go.
I
I'm
got
surprised you
him
put
on
Jericho
mine,
on
too.
there.
I went back and I looked.
He's
He was
solid.
number 2 on my Mount Rushmore the first time we did
Oh,
this.
really?
He's
Nice.
fell a little bit.
That's fair, but he's
Well,
solid.
there's reasons why he's fell a little bit.
Sure.
One, I feel like as entertaining as he is, he's declined greatly. Maybe not greatly. Like he's entertaining. He's better to have around than to wrestle anymore. If that
Sure.
makes sense. Like
No, I
he's
agree.
good to put the rub on these young guys, not in a creepy way. I know R. Kelly just went to jail, but
Not to be that guy.
Not to be that creepy, but,
But-
being honest.
I mean, this dude accomplished everything. I got stats for him as well. A first undisputed champion. He's AEW World Champion, undisputed WWF Champion, WCW World Champion twice, World Heavyweight Champion 3 times, Intercontinental Champion 9, U.S. Champion once. He was the 9th Triple Crown Champion and the 4th Grand Slam Champion in the history of WWE, and he also won the IWGP. Cruzy, I'm talking about a championship. It don't really matter, but it does in New Japan. IWGP Intercontinental title. That's big.
I don't
I
think
don't know
about
if
it.
they have like
Fair enough.
look, it threw me off because I thought that Jay White was the IWGP World Champion.
Yep.
And he fought in a Fatal 4-Way, and then Will Ospreay fought Orange Cassidy for the IWGP Championship too. So I don't know if there's different levels of them. Like,
Sure.
I guess there's an Intercontinental one and a World Title one.
I would assume. I always kind of compare them to the WWE title. I'm sure they're the same kind of prestige, you know. Yeah, I don't think about the
and
New
my
Japan,
favorite
but
Jericho match was versus Angle and Benoit at WrestleMania.
that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I say the last time I was really interested in Jericho was when he actually was still with WB, fought Omega at the Tokyo Dome, did that kind of stuff. But then once AEW kind of took off, his character did kind of get stale with me. I agree with that
I love
shit.
Jericho's highlight reels he used to do.
Yeah, he was awesome. I love Jericho
His
there for a
list
long
of
time.
Jericho where he had the clipboard. That was pretty funny.
Okay, that makes sense. I was confused because they were all like IWGP, and that's where I kind of lost it. So that makes sense.
I always liked it too when
So
Jericho.
Jay White is the heavyweight champion.
I don't
Will
know.
Ospreay is the Intercontinental champion. I don't know who the fuck the U.S.
I
champion
know.
is.
It's not Chris Jericho. But
It's not Chris
It is
Jericho.
not.
my favorite thing about Jericho back in the day was when he would mispronounce people's names on purpose, like Chris Benoit,
Yeah, Chris Benoit.
Kirk Angel, like you do
Yeah.
that shit, and it cracked me up. It was
Yeah,
so
he'd-
stupid.
He'd
But
always
like,
get interviewed by somebody. He'd always call him the wrong name.
Yeah.
Be like, dude, that's
Cracked
not my
me up.
name. Don't correct me,
Yeah.
so and so.
Hey, Christopher, it's Todd Gresham.
Yeah. he just like say shit
And
like
he
that
called
shit.
people stupid idiots, which I couldn't
Yeah.
help quit laughing.
You stupid idiot.
I love Jericho's so
Parasite. Like he
and
created a
he
bunch of weird
still
shit.
is on AEW, but not as much as he used to.
He's more rock and roll, I think, on AEW.
Yeah, he
and
is.
it is, you know, I'm not a big fan of his present day character, but I think the dude is gold when it comes to professional wrestling.
I can't wait till I see him back in WWE ring.
Yeah,
Me
which we
too.
will all know will happen. He'll
Mhm.
retire in
Yep.
WWE. That's not even a secret. I think he even
He'll
knows
come
that.
back for one more. But
Yeah.
I don't think this Mania, but maybe next.
When it's time for him to hang it up, he'll be back in WWE.
He's
He'll
getting
do
close
one
to
more.
it, though. He's getting close.
Well, somebody who has hung it up, which we didn't believe at first, but
No, we didn't.
he actually fucking has.
He
It's
did.
The Undertaker.
Yep.
I
Finally,
got him at 3.
He did.
after years of hints, it's
He
I
happening.
mean, there's not a lot. I mean, Undertaker, I feel like definitely deserves to be
Absolutely.
It's a staple. Once he joined
I
WWE,
mean,
he never left.
4-time WWE champion or 7-time WWE champion, hardcore champion once, 6-time tag team champion, once with Stone Cold, twice with the Big Show, once with The Rock, and twice with Kane.
He was a tag team champion with Stone Cold too.
I didn't know that.
They're a big rivalry. I don't remember their tag team days.
Then he won the WCW tag team titles with Kane. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2022. We just saw he won the Royal Rumble in 2007. He won the 2 Quai Mountain Trophy at Saudi Arabia in 2020 when he beat Rusev because
Jericho.
Jericho wouldn't come.
No, Jericho wanted to come. Vince wouldn't let him because he signed with other people.
He won 15 Slammy Awards.
Jeez.
That's a lot of awards.
That's a lot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Best entrance, best tattoo, match of the year 5
Nice tattoo.
times.
He has some cool tattoos.
Moment of the year with Shawn Michaels in 2010. Most intimidating.
It's the best WrestleMania.
Oh my God, moment of the year when Triple H kicked out of his tombstone in 2011. Rivalry of the year with Brock Lesnar in 15. Moment of the year when he did his final farewell in 2020, and documentary of the year for the
That was
last
a good
ride.
documentary.
That was a good
And
documentary.
he does have a bronze statue outside of some WWE building though too.
Oh,
That's on here as
cool.
well.
That's cool, man. It's like
Look,
Andre.
he even used to win awards from Dave Meltzer's stupid ass
Oh
back in the
my
day.
gosh.
He won Best Gimmick, Best Heel, Feud of the Year, Match of the Year 3 times, Worst Match of the Year against Kane and Unforgiven. Fuck you, Dave Meltzer.
That's probably fair.
Worst Match of the Year with Kane versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H at Crown
Oh,
Jewel.
shit.
That one I'd agree with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
He
rough.
won
pretty
Most
bad.
Overrated Wrestler. and
Triple
two-
H got hurt right
All
away.
right.
Overrated. Undertaker ain't
That's when we were watching Shawn Michaels about that match, and he was like, Triple H,
a lot.
I'll carry you. Then he got hurt right away. Fuck.
That's a lot. Undertaker's accomplished so much.
There's not much you can't say about this dude.
Yeah, the
he was
streak,
a
undefeated
huge part
streak.
of WWE for so fucking long.
One of my favorite memories is so random of the Undertaker when I was a kid. I don't remember. I think it might have been Fully Loaded. I could be misremembering that, but like I used to watch Heat before the pay-per-views.
Yep.
You know?
I remember he was a great setup to
Yeah.
the shows too.
Yeah,
When he was over, I was always pissed we were too poor to afford the shows.
sure, same. So
Like, they'd build it. I'd
yeah.
watch the whole thing, and they'd end with like a huge
Yep.
cliffhanger, and it's
Try to
like,
get you to buy
fuck.
it. Same all day. I just remember it was scheduled for Stone Cold versus The Undertaker in their first blood match. You probably Google that and see what pay-per-view. I want to say Fully Loaded. I could be misremembering. But on that episode of Heat, Stone Cold attacked The Undertaker, busted him open, so he's already bleeding before the
Oh,
pay-per-view
my
started.
goodness.
And then Taker rebutted, attacked Stone Cold, busted him open. So before the show even started, they're both already bleeding.
Oh my goodness.
And they have a first blood match coming up in 2 hours, you know.
Did you notice fucking AJ Styles keeps bleeding from that same
He
eye
does.
that he hit at Mania?
That's probably
Yeah,
hurt.
he's-
Yeah.
Like
he's-
where he
I
walked into
haven't.
the fucking sign on Raw, he got fucking hit
Yeah,
again.
he-
He's been bleeding like under that right eye every
Every
since
time
left.
he gets
Whatever.
hit.
It depends what angle though.
Probably just not healing.
It's like, is that why? Like, what the
Plus-
fuck? Like,
plus his
I mean,
heart.
yeah. if he-
I think it's funny because I watched that clip where Vince is like, "Don't walk into the sign."
he
And literally,
does.
AJ's the next guy that goes out and he walks through the fucking sign, putting on his
Well,
gloves.
speaking of
That's
AJ,
awesome.
him and Undertaker had a great match.
Yeah,
They
and that's
did.
how.
And
That's,
Styles lost, but it was still
that's a
great
very
match.
good point.
That was
The
the
Boneyard.
yeah.
Boneyard
That
match.
WrestleMania.
Because of COVID, that match exists.
If
That
you
was a great
pretend there's
match.
fans in that arena, that WrestleMania could be honestly top 5.
Sure. And like, let's think about that match too. You know, like we all hate COVID, sure, but like, let's say that match happened like it was supposed to in the ring. Would it be as memorable as it is?
No,
No,
absolutely
what?
not.
I
It'd
mean-
probably be a botch fest.
I mean, as good as
On
Styles
Taker's
is,
part.
right?
Styles
I
can only carry you so fucking.
mean, I consider Styles like HBK. He can make anybody look good, but you know, Taker is old, so
Exactly.
it was
you
a
know.
perfect way for him to go out. I'm so glad they didn't do another one after that.
I did.
Same.
They Saudi pay-per-views and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm so fucking glad they didn't do anything. So my 1 and 2 was really fucking difficult. I feel like 1 through 3 is interchangeable, but especially my 1 and 2 is interchangeable. But I have Stone Cold at 2.
That's, yeah, mine's
that's
too.
absolutely
He
Mine's
was
so-
my number 1 when we did this the first time.
sure.
I forget him.
You forget about Austin.
I forgot about my whole list I made.
Oh, I got you.
Stone Cold.
Yep.
So,
Good old Stone Cold.
fuck. He's won the Royal Rumble 3 times. It's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh,
Is he
wow.
really for what?
That's what winning the Royal Rumble.
No,
3
he's in the
times.
They made that.
That's what it says.
Wow.
Guinness World Records, world record, most wins in the Royal Rumble.
That's
3.
Damn, that's impressive.
I didn't realize they put that shit in.
I didn't think they would because it's written, but that's cool.
That is
I missed
cool.
out.
He was the WWE champion 6 times, Intercontinental champion twice, tag team champion 4 times. Once with Shawn, once with Dude Love, once with Undertaker, and once with Triple H.
Nice.
He was the $1 million champion 1
I
time.
did not
He won the Royal Rumble in 97, 98, and 2001. He won King of the Ring in 1996, which is when he famously dropped to John 3:16. He was the 5th ever Triple Crown winner. He won 2 Slammy Awards, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2009. He won all other awards such as Big Box Office Draw, Best Gimmick, Best Non-Wrestler.
I have to go back. What big box office draw was Stone Cold in? I know he's done movies,
It
but
was in 98, 99, Best 90.
was it the longest draw? Because he was just like a side character in that movie.
No, in wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Like his biggest draw.
Oh, I got you. I thought you meant movies. I was like,
No,
wait a minute.
97.
all right.
Yeah, check
That's
this
cool.
out.
That's
From
fair.
97 and 98, it was Stone Cold. From 2007 to 2016, it was John
That
Cena.
makes sense. Yeah, that's
Then it
fair.
was Brock Lesnar in 16 and 17. Then it was John Cena again.
That's fair.
Then it was Jericho in 19 and Conor McGregor in 2020.
Jericho was the biggest draw in 19.
Yep.
Damn.
That's the
That
year
surprises me.
AW kind of started. He got the belt.
Yep. That's
Stone
fair.
Cold, I mean, everybody knows fucking Stone
Not
Cold.
much to say about
I mean,
him.
one thing that people need not to forget about him, he saved WWF's ass.
Sure.
McMahon and Stone Cold's feud is literally why they're probably still in fucking business today.
Hard to argue that. It really is.
Because Vince McMahon, and probably the reason he has such a big ego, and rightfully so to a point. I mean, everybody, you can feel however you want to feel, but like that fucking feud saved WWE, in my opinion. Like, I don't think it'd be around anymore. I think WCW, Eric Bischoff might be running fucking crazy right now. And you never know if AEW or Impact or any of that shit ever gets off the ground without WWE, because they had so many fucking people that were so well known around the world that when you go to TNA and you bring in, you have your people, Styles, a Joe, but they're not as well known.
Sure.
But you bring in a fucking Kurt Angle and a Bobby Lashley and a fucking Ric Flair, and they had shit. Jeff Hart, the Hardys went over there, and the Dudleys.
Yeah.
Like that
Christian,
built impact.
Sting.
So if WWE doesn't win that Monday Night War, the ripple effect could be, we might not have wrestling right now.
I mean, I agree with that, because honestly, you said, Eric Bischoff could be running around. I don't think so. I think WCW is destined to fail with or without WWF. But let's say WCW did win the war. It would have happened if this feud didn't potentially happen. I mean, people love to, especially back in that time frame, what's the traditional view of wrestling? Oh, a bunch of hillbillies.
But it's fake shit.
What do hillbillies love to do? Fuck
Drink
your
beer.
boss and drink beer. They hate your bosses. They like to drink beer. And that's what every hillbilly in the country and or world, they want to go watch Stone Cold drink some beer and beat the fuck out of his boss. And that's one thing WCW didn't have. They had Hulk Hogan. They had the NWO. They had Sting. They didn't have a drinking beer motherfucker whooping on his boss's ass. You just didn't have that. And I agree. I mean, that's the one thing. And without Stone Cold having that potential, and that might not have been Stone Cold. If Stone Cold didn't break his neck, he might not have been that, because he could have still been more of a technician, which he was before he broke his neck. But because he broke his neck, he became a brawler, which kind of created the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. So just everything kind of aligned perfectly for Stone Cold to happen, which led to the McMahon Austin feud to happen, which led to WWF's success. I agree with all that.
I did too.
Number one.
Oh, we know who Josh's number one is.
It's fucking John Cena.
Obviously.
You can't see me.
Which is
In
understandable.
this, it's not even a prisoner of the moment thing. It's just like when this.
You can argue it.
He
was huge.
He is.
I mean, it's going to be part of my fucking argument. So
He was like 16 years.
16.
he was full time for 16 years. Every house show. He missed 4 house shows in 16 years.
That's
4.
crazy.
That ain't
4.
bad.
Never had any
House
major
shows are every fucking day.
every week. Yeah.
Unless he was fucking rehabilitating when he was there, he missed 4 house shows
That ain't bad.
due to time off.
And that's also doing news media,
Oh, and
doing his Make-A-Wishes.
527 Make-A-Wishes.
Yep.
Number 2, 58.
There you go.
Like, he's 10 times more invested. He did 4 Make-A-Wishes before Raw.
He did.
That's crazy.
Like, he did 4 before Raw went on the air.
It's like
he showed up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
He would win a championship on Sunday night and then fly across the country to do a news morning show on Monday morning. The dude didn't sleep. The dude's a robot.
So
It's crazy.
He's on the go.
16-time world champion, obviously tied with Ric Flair. 5-time U.S. champion. That's the second most all time. 4-time tag team champion. Once with Shawn Michaels been
With some random
ass fucking.
people.
He's like
All over.
18-time tag champion with 18 different partners.
He's just all over the place.
Shawn Michaels, Batista, The Miz,
I remember
and
Otunga
David
when he was in
Otunga.
the Nexus.
He was a
I
tag team
remember
champion with Batista?
Yeah.
I remember that one. I remember Otunga because that's when he had to join the Nexus.
He won the Royal Rumble twice, and he won the Money in the Bank in 2012. He won 10 Slammies, including Superstar of the Year in 09, 10,
That
and
makes sense.
12. He's granted over 500 Make-A-Wishes, which is easily the most all time.
Absolutely.
He's inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame in Springfield College in 2015. He hosted the ESPYs in 16, and the highest rated ESPYs in 15 years. He's actually really fucking funny. And then he
Sisters,
appeared in
he's funny,
Fast
too.
9, The Suicide Squad, Sisters, Trainwreck, Legendary, 12 Rounds, The Marine, and on
Let's not brag about the Marine.
The Marine.
I like the Marine.
The Marine made
liked
me
it.
almost join the military.
It made me tear up.
Then he
I'm a girl,
appeared
man.
in
It was
now
good.
Peacemaker, which people really like.
I haven't
It's not
watched
real-
it
It's not
yet.
my thing, but
Yeah. Sure.
to each their own. American Grit, Parks and Recreation, Psych, and Saturday Night Live.
He is in Parks and Rec.
Is he really? I love that.
Yeah, he makes a cameo in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I love
right.
Parks and Rec.
I just I
Me and Josh
just
finished
watched it
that,
recently.
When we were going through the pandemic, and I just kind of hung out with them for a month while we were kind of trapped. We wanted to leave. We binged all 8 seasons of Parks and Rec. She fucking loved
I
it.
Yep.
love
Not like the character development and that in the office is so fucking
It's
good.
fun.
We also
Same people.
She also watched the whole episode. every office season
I did.
during
Nice.
that pandemic.
I did.
Hell yeah.
I loved
I got her up to date. I couldn't deal with the fact she hadn't seen either.
If Danae and I just watched it, we started working again. Then we binged it while we were working. Good shit.
Dwight's my favorite. I love it.
Yeah, Dwight's the shit. I do have to agree with John here. I've always thought that John Cena's body was disproportionate. It is what it is. He has a weird looking body. I think it has something to do with the shorts. But it is what it is. I'm glad his hair looked normal yesterday.
Yeah, his one hair just for men wasn't. It
Dude,
actually
he's
looked
just-
good for once.
And then
He made WWE like he continued to do what The Rock started. He made WWE outside WWE. Everybody knew who John Cena was. All the kids loved him. People watched WWE because of who
Cena
John Cena
became
was.
bigger than WWE.
Exactly.
He did.
Like
Yep.
he is.
He
Like,
started
when he
with The
came
Rock
back
started.
this
He
week-
continued with The Rock started.
When he came back, when they announced him coming back, the fucking tickets sold out like there was nobody's fucking
Sure,
business.
I believe
Like
that.
it was gone like
Yep.
hours. They were like, oh shit. And they're like, he's potentially at SummerSlam.
He's
Well,
become a superstar.
Guess what? Tyler Peters messaged me and was like, "Oh man, I'm glad I got my tickets early." They announced Cena could be there. The fucking price is tripled,
believe
and they're
that.
selling
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that's what John Cena does.
Yep. I mean, you can argue that. As much as I talk shit about John
And
Cena
then-
because he bored me for years, the fact is he's a
I
superstar.
got it in my notes somewhere.
He is what he is.
So there,
Yep.
certain wrestlers when they talk that I listen. He's been called the greatest of all time in these people's opinions. Stone Cold, The Rock,
Randy Orton.
Chris Jericho, Randy Orton,
Yep.
The Undertaker, CM Punk,
Sure.
CM Punk.
He was big.
Daniel Bryan,
Yep.
Big
Shawn Michaels,
Big
Yes.
The Big Show.
And they're all,
And these are all
Kurt
Hall
Angle.
of Fame
I
Kane,
mean, they're all fair.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle,
Yep.
Who else?
and AJ Styles.
AJ
Yep.
Styles, Yep.
So, I mean, these people know shit. Like,
Yep.
I mean, my opinion is he's my favorite of all time. There's might slight bias, but you can't
Sure.
argue with what
You
he's
can't,
done for
no.
them and
His
what he's done for the
accomplishments.
companies.
There's a reason
absolutely
he's your
insane.
favorite. It's not a joke. I mean, it's not a coincidence that he's your favorite.
His
He's that
resume
damn good.
speaks the same.
And like, he put out a new goddamn T-shirt. And I can't even buy it. Like, he brought back, Super Nintendos are selling right now.
Are they really?
I bet.
Like new ones?
Yeah.
Do they bring them back?
No, like they still exist. Like, because this fucking shirt. So
Yeah.
Raw ended Monday. So I get on Twitter. Cena's the first 5 trends. Super Nintendo's trending 7th
Oh my god.
with John Cena's shirt.
That's fair.
That's kind of cool.
It's like the dude's fucking money.
No, can't argue it.
And I don't know what else.
There's nothing else to say.
He's definitely deserving a top 4.
Absolutely.
I will say I'm not a big fan of his acting when it's
Even
a
though
serious role.
neither of you have him in any of your fucking Mount Rushmore.
Oh no,
I
he's in my original. My original is
I don't
not
remember
the same as my
mine.
new. My new is personal. In my opinion, the real top 4 is in order: Hulk Hogan,
He should
Stone
be in your
Cold,
top 4.
Rock, Cena.
He should
Those
be
are
in
the
your
top
top 4, personal or not.
No,
He's fucking John Cena.
Not
He's
personal.
right over there.
not personal.
He could be over there. We don't fucking.
And Taker would be my runner-up
We can't
in the
see it.
original.
Dude, how long were you waiting to see the meme where it's like Austin Theory did get a picture with John Cena because he wasn't there?
I didn't see it at all.
Oh, dude, there's a meme.
Luckily, I haven't been
He
on
said, I don't
social
know what
media
Theory
a lot.
was so mad. He got a picture with Cena. It's him with nothing. It's like, God damn it.
You gave
They even
me-
did it with the Street
These
Profits.
guys.
The camera went over to the right.
I
He's
saw
like,
that.
He's over here. Like,
It's like Jesus, guys.
yeah,
Gotta love it.
that's my number 1. So Triple H, I was almost cracked it. Then Jericho,
That's hard to Triple H
Undertaker,
on.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena.
That's a good list.
That's
That'd be
fair.
My 5.
That's good.
Can't argue it. Can't argue any of that.
Then Yvonne's actually second.
Hit it up. Let's see him.
These
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
pictures. Honorable mention. So you guys have the same honorable mention.
Oh, nice. Is it AJ Styles? It is AJ Styles.
It's hard to leave like what Josh about
Oh, they're
Cena.
posing almost the same way.
Styles is one of my favorites, which I mean,
Ayo.
it's just, you can't argue what AJ Styles has
Look,
accomplished.
it's like a
too.
dance. Dun, 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 dun. All right, sorry.
It's hard to
There we
argue
go.
what AJ Styles hasn't done in WWE. We
Or
talked
any
about him
company.
and Undertaker had that awesome boneyard match.
Yes, I could pull up his.
Yeah, he's a Grand Slam champion. He's won the WWE
He has
champion.
soccer mom hair.
Look at
Yeah,
his
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He has a
does.
Grand Slam champion. He does drive a soccer mom van.
To be
These are
fair-
all things we know to be true.
When I first fell in love with AJ Styles, he had regular short hair.
I know. He,
I'm not sure when the soccer hair mom evolved. I think it was in New
don't like his
Japan.
short hair. I like this hair actually. And I
It-
normally don't, but
Yeah.
I kind of do.
It's more mature.
All right, so AJ Styles,
When he debuted in the Rumble,
NWA heavyweight champion 3 times,
I would-
World Tag Team champion 4, TV champion 2, TNA Legends Global Television champion twice,
Whatever the fuck
World
that means.
Heavyweight
Exact-
TNA
no
World
wonder I can't
champion
remember this
twice,
stuff.
TNA World Tag Team champion twice, TNA X Division champion 6
Jeez.
times, TNA's Triple Crown winner 5 times. He was the Grand Slam winner twice. He was named Mr. Bound for Glory. I don't know what that means.
That's a pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah.
He won 10 TNA year-end awards. Then he went to WWE. He's a Grand Slam champion.
TNA.
He was the 32nd Triple Crown.
Yep.
He won the Intercontinental title for Daniel Bryan. He won 1 Slammy Award for Match of the Year versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 36. He's won the U.S. title 3 times. He won the Raw Tag titles once with Omos.
Fucking Omos.
And WWE champion twice.
Not bad.
Um,
Not bad at all.
He was named by Rolling Stone Wrestler of the Year for WWE in 2016.
His debut year.
He won Match of the Year with John Cena at SummerSlam in 16. Tag Team of the Year with Christopher Daniels in 06. Most popular wrestler in 17 and 18. Wrestler of the Year in 2016 to 2018. And Wrestler of the Decade for the decade of 2010. And he was named #1 wrestler of the 5 best singles wrestlers in the PWI Top 500 in 2010.
That's a lot.
Hell yeah.
And he has more, like New Japan,
Sure.
World
I'm
Heavyweight
sure.
Champion,
He's New Japan a lot.
like NWA,
Yeah.
Maxim Pro Wrestling TV. Like Styles accolades are fucking.
Dude, one of my most favorite things I saw of AJ Styles from YouTube, it was like a house show, not even a house show, it was a small little venue. And he was with the Good Brothers, actually. I'm not sure if it was New Japan or what company it was. It was like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night event. So like they had shows all 3 nights. And on Friday night, he wanted to jump on the top rope to do his elbow. And he fell, fucked it up, fell.
Shoot.
And so, oops. So then he just did something else instead. Saturday night came around. He went to do it again. He's like, actually, and he's like, nope. He got down.
Not doing it
Like
again.
he played off, was like, I'm not doing it again, not doing it again. And then Sunday night, he went to do it. Got the audience involved. Like, can I do it? And then he delivered it successfully, and everybody cheered because he did it. Like the way he can play with the audience in small venues is fucking awesome, and that really cracked me up. He turned a fuck up into a whole weekend event that made it to YouTube. Like it's pretty cool.
One of my favorite feuds with Styles is actually with Randy Orton. We saw it live in Cincinnati. You took me for my birthday. Best birthday feud ever. It's
Hell
Orton
yeah.
and AJ. He's like, so how you
I
gonna
think
pick?
Styles is the best feud.
What I did was, this
That's
is
hard to argue.
biased. I rooted for both of them. When Orton hit him, I said, let's go Orton. Let's go. I wasn't booing either one. So that's probably one of my favorite feuds because it's my 2 favorites feuding. You couldn't ask for it.
Yep, absolutely.
That was the best.
And I think
Goodness.
Cruzy says here he saved a guy's life in a botch. I'm pretty sure it was James Ellsworth.
Ellsworth.
He tucked his head when he shouldn't have, and Styles noticed it and stopped it.
Yeah, Styles had a feud with him.
Yeah. I think actually
James Ellsworth
won. 3
he
times.
just posted.
Oh,
He was at the arena that he beat him, and he posted on Twitter. He said, "I beat AJ Styles here."
That's awesome.
Ellsworth is such a.
All right.
He's a little twerp. I think he's a pedophile these days, or
He looks like one.
I mean, I think he's like official. I think something happened.
I don't
And,
know how Carmella hung out with him.
All right,
That's
anyways.
a difference.
Chris Jericho at 4.
Jericho, like Josh, ain't gonna talk much about him.
yeah, cover Jericho, but
We covered Jericho.
It's
I
good.
love him,
Oh, God damn it.
like we talked about.
All right, so her number 3 is The Rock.
Is that why you're coughing?
But I'd much
Do you
rather
smell-
just
Finally.
talk
Do you
about
smell
this
what he's
guy.
cooking?
Like, let's just talk about Cena.
Put the Rock's picture up there.
usually looking at his nipples,
Show
don't
some
you?
respect for the great one.
There it is.
Just bring it.
Finally.
You're so disrespectful.
So why do you love The Rock?
Go ahead.
I've always loved The Rock, the people's elbow, all that stuff. But with him and Stone Cold,
Yeah,
his
he's a technical master.
his feud with Stone Cold, like
Must
when
be
I-
so
when
hard
I
to smack
first-
somebody in the face and drop a fucking
You're
elbow
so
on
rude.
him.
Say what you want. Did you get that over with only doing that thing though?
Yeah.
Like,
When I first got into
That's what you're looking
wrestling,
at his fucked up face.
it was Stone
Anyway.
Cold, then it was The Rock, their feud, and
All right,
then
I got his accolades.
Randy Orton came along, and then that's kind of where it started. Oh, I'm sorry, Jericho, then Orton came along.
8-time WWE champion, 2-time WCW champion, 2-time Intercontinental champion, 5-time tag team champion, 3 times with Mankind, one time with Undertaker,
Rock and
and
Sock
once with
connection,
Chris
yep.
Jericho. He won the Royal Rumble in 2000. He was the 6th Triple Crown winner. He won Deadly Games WWF Championship Tournament in 1998.
yeah.
He won 9 Slammy Awards, including Return of the Year, Match of the Year with John Cena at WrestleMania 29. Tell me you didn't just say that insult of the year when he insulted Lana in front of Rusev.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then he got
Oh, yeah.
the moment of the year in 15 when he pulled Rousey out of the crowd at WrestleMania.
Oh,
And they
31.
beat up.
Yep. Triple H
And they got,
Stephanie.
yeah. Somehow he won Best Actor in 2014, but
He's-
I think that's
He's
when
all
I think-
biased.
Yeah,
I
he's,
think-
he's all right.
I think Hardcore
He's all
Drugs was running rampant. At that
He's
point.
all right.
He's not. I don't think he's great. I think he's one of the best on the mic. I
Tell
do
him,
not
Cruzy,
think
he
he's
is
the
good.
best
He
on
is
the
great
mic.
on the mic.
Oh, he's
Really?
definitely.
I think
on
he's
mic.
very good on the mic. I think he's very good. I don't think he's the best.
captivating.
I don't think he's the best. He got owned multiple times.
By whom?
At the end of his career. It's on YouTube.
Well, yeah, he's putting people over. That's the point.
John Cena did not need put over.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. At that,
He
yeah.
also didn't write his goddamn words on his wrist. But
Well,
anyway,
John
go
Cena,
ahead,
he
Devon.
did bring that up.
Millions and the millions.
I think Cena's best on the mic.
Rock and Cena both have the luxury of having the same catchphrases. So
I
they
think
have to,
CM Punk is better on the mic than The Rock.
that's hard to argue. Yeah, CM Punk's
I
one of
think
the
CM
best.
Punk. And I think Cena got fucked a little bit by WWE PGing his shit down a lot.
Yeah.
The
'Cause
pro-
when he got to cut his own shit,
Yeah.
like you go back to when he's a doctor, thugonomics,
Sure.
and the shit he used to say when he had freedom.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious. Like all I've been doing is seeing clips of his because it's this fucking 20-year thing. Like,
Sure.
He's definitely top 3 on the mic.
Even if you look at the Rock's promos from the 90s, they can't do that shit today. Talk about monkey anuses. You can't do that today.
I mean, I know it's
You
scripted or
can.
whatever, but I feel like the whole time they were building the Rock and Cena got the upper hand
Yeah.
on the mic.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, they split it in the matches 1-1, which I think
Sure.
you said last week that we should have got one more
I get it.
because
Should've,
1-1's
to
kind
end
of
it, yep.
whatever.
They wanted
They
to do
could.
that, yeah.
I mean, there's no saying they can never do it fucking again. It's
Yeah.
WWE. They
That's a
love,
decade ago. I think
they
we're done.
love recycling shit.
Yeah, I think the next one, be somebody else though.
Well, I don't know, Cruzy. They were in the ring together, so it was the same time.
No, it wasn't.
Rock just got owned.
I mean, The Rock couldn't say what The Rock used to say. He couldn't bring up monkey anuses in 2012.
Yeah, that's stupid now.
It's not. It
I
would
mean,
have been
R. Kelly
hilarious.
just got put in jail for fucking monkeys.
Oh,
I don't think there are monkeys. I think there are people
Maybe.
against their will. Can monkeys give
They
will?
got
I don't know.
Cosby.
Anyway, totally different. I think the one thing about CM Punk, The Rock and Cena both had the luxury of repeating the same things over and over
Mhm.
again, while CM Punk never really did. He'd always say different stuff.
I'm the best in the
It's
world.
not as catchy.
I'm
yeah,
gonna go drink a beer.
I mean, yeah, Punk isn't as catchy as Cena and Rock because they're both very similar in their structures.
I think MJF's gonna be fucking top
MJF's
3
solid.
by the time
He
he's
is,
done.
absolutely.
He's
Yeah.
already fucking great.
He's
on
already
mic.
he's a solid character. Love me some MJF.
I knew The Rock was coming, but let's get the fuck away. From
It's
that.
hard not to put the Rock.
Yeah,
on
no,
there.
it's
Sorry.
pretty fucking easy. But anyway, number 2. Stone
Same
Cold.
with Josh. My number 1, number 2 is hard because when I first started watching wrestling, Stone Cold is one that got me right into wrestling right off the bat. Josh, we talked about Stone Cold. It's arguing to not
And
have him.
anybody who's watched this show before,
everybody
know
knows
what number
who.
1's going to be.
I'm not gonna lie,
the
Randy
legend
Orton,
killer.
13-time champion Randy Orton. It's
This
hard.
is the girl who got mad when we did Randy Orton's top 5 greatest moments, that we only did 5. Like,
The list could have went. Okay.
we could've-
We should still be talking about it, damn it.
Like,
I mean, if you like Josh said, if you watch the show, I'm a Randy Orton fan. Like he's a Cena. It's hard to argue.
All right, what's your favorite Randy Orton gimmick? Is it the Legend Killer? Is it the Viper? Is it the Apex Predator? Like, what
God,
generation of Randy is your favorite?
That's tough because I like all 3. Probably the Viper.
The
Like I said,
Viper.
I like all 3 of them, honestly.
And like a lot of people say that all of his gimmicks are the same. I don't think so. Like he did little things to make him
they're
different.
similar, but they're not the
Very.
same.
Like when he was the Viper, he did a good job of acting like a fucking snake,
He did.
getting real low and then
Mhm.
attacking.
His
Like,
RKO.
and he doesn't do that when he's not called the
Yeah.
Viper. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He's right. To this day, he's still RK Bro.
Okay, bro.
And, like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of meat left on that because him and Riddle, that's
So,
inevitable at some point.
13
2 years ago, he was super heel, beating up Edge and talking shit about his family.
Yep.
And he
No.
participated in the greatest wrestling match of all time.
He did indeed
Against
with Edge.
That's it,
And
yeah.
then he was able to go from that evil of a heel to RK Bro. Like that's hard to
He
do.
has character flexibility.
That's hard,
Absolutely. But without
That's one
changing
thing
too
that John
much.
Cena get, and like CM Punk and Cena and Orton and Roman, Seth, those just come to mind now.
Sure.
They get reactions no matter what.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
Heel or
Orton
good.
always did. Like he's a
He
heel,
did.
they'd fucking cheer him when he kicked Stephanie in the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
They would
2009 was-
boo John Cena when he pins fucking
Yep.
Finn Balor. Like they would boo the fucking Rock when he beat up Hulk Hogan, even though he's the baby face.
Sure.
Like,
Another thing
you
too
get a
with
reaction.
Randy-
That's why you end up on the list like this.
Yep.
Like
in-
Stone Cold was the same way. He always got fucking cheered.
Sure.
Yep.
He's Stone Cold. Same with Jericho.
Yep.
Called people fucking pissant pussies in the crowd. They're
He did.
we suck. Like they were chanting, "We are."
stupid.
what do he used to call them? What did he always used to call them? There toward the end, parasites. We
Parasites,
are
parasites.
parasites.
How could I
Like they
forget
would
that?
chant.
They would agree.
are.
Yeah, we
Like,
are, we suck.
Like we fucking suck. We know. Like
And one thing I want
the
to say
only
about
thing
Randy,
Orton, his promo skills are average.
Sure.
They're average.
He's that damn good though. Randy Orton is so good that he was on autopilot, admittedly, for like
Yes.
8
I
years,
didn't know that.
and was still on every goddamn show.
That is
Again,
cool.
you could tell by watching how like bored and
Like,
sad
Was
he
it
was.
2 years? Was it during COVID? Was like the year of his life.
Yeah,
Like he turned it on.
Yep.
And goddamn.
I mean, his personal
feud
life
with Drew.
changed, and you could tell.
Yeah.
And like, cause he like, I remember like 2016, 2015, he was, in my opinion, super fucking boring. And he even admits, like, yeah, I was happy. I mean, I wasn't happy. I didn't want to be there, but it's my job.
Yep.
But he could not be there in mind. But he was so good, he still isn't getting canned or put on the shelf or going. He was so good at doing what he does. It doesn't matter what mind state he's in. He's on TV. And then when he's happy, look at him, dude. It's insane.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
And I firmly believe his personal life changed, and it all went uphill fast. And now look at him.
And then
He was in
10-time world or 14-time WWE champion, 1-time Intercontinental, 1-time US. He won the tag team title once with Edge. He's won or the World Tag Team titles once with Edge. The WWE Raw Tag Team titles twice with Riddle. He won the SmackDown Championship tag team titles with Bray Wyatt. He won Money in the Bank in 2013, the Royal Rumble in 2009 and 2017. He was the 17th Triple Crown winner. He is the 10th Grand Slam champion. He won 2 Slammy Awards. And he won an award for Shocking Moment of the Year is when he ripped fucking Jeff Hardy's ear pretty much off his fucking head.
He did.
He took a screwdriver to it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did.
I remember that. That was pretty gruesome.
Jeff Hardy lost his ear.
Yeah, that was rough.
Woo.
So, I mean, he's deserved to be on here.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
He was in
The
Evolution.
problem with
That's
Mount
crazy.
Rushmore is like you go to like the old school people. It's like where the fuck's Flair, Hogan,
Yeah,
Bret,
no.
Macho Man, like all these people, Bruno Sammartino, Andre the Giant. It's like I get it, but like
Sure.
this is the people that influenced us.
I mean, it's exactly, and that's
Fuck y'all's feelings.
Yeah.
fuck y'all feelings, fool.
FYF.
Yeah. Orton. Let's see. Randy Orton fan. If I can remember all his groups, he was in Evolution,
Yeah, he was.
Legacy, Rated RKO with Edge, Wyatt,
The Wyatt
family. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Nope. And then RK Bro with Riddle.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
dude, solid. Even when he was solo, he was doing shit. I loved it. Like you brought up already, kicking Steph, kicking Vince.
Handcuffed her to the fucking
Kicking
ring
people
rope.
in the head.
No,
Kissed her and then kicked her in the head in
He
front of
did.
Triple H.
Triple
Like,
H was
you don't
handcuffed
get
to
more.
the rope too.
People get shot
Yeah.
for that nowadays.
Yeah, buddy. Like
Then he goes over at the pay-per-view. It's like you think the payoff's gonna be this dude's gonna get his ass whipped.
I hope he wins.
He wins the world title from
We
him.
all liked
It's
it,
like
dude.
I kissed his wife, kicked him in the skull, like,
He had a good feud with Seth too. I
and he
remember
always
did.
went like places normal people never go.
Sure.
Oh, he went there,
Yeah.
and he didn't give a fuck. I think his best rivalry outside of Cena was Mick Foley.
Oh,
I think the Mick
absolutely.
Foley rivalry
Yeah.
is why Randy Orton became who the fuck he
Like,
is.
like
But him and
Absolutely.
John
Yeah.
Cena was obviously his biggest rival.
Oh,
he feuded with
They
70
fought
times.
every fucking week. Hell, they fought the whole goddamn roster.
Orton and Cena is equivalent to Rock and
Yes.
Austin.
I agree.
When it comes to that
I
generation.
agree. And I want them to fight one more fucking time.
I do too.
Him and-
I think
yep.
it's going to be Riddle and fucking Orton this year. But I think when Cena's finally like, I feel like that should be Cena's swan song.
I agree.
Yep.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it should be.
great.
I feel like they should bring back the goddamn spinner, make them fight for it. They both have 16 titles,
They retired that
and they
belt.
retire that fucking belt.
Yep.
No matter who wins, they retire into the new fucking top of the food chain.
I agree,
I
man.
think that would be a perfect way to end it. And John Cena has to fucking win.
I
Anyway,
agree.
that's
I mean,
it.
I'm not
And
gonna
the
end that.
Authority, I forgot he was in that group.
Yeah, the Authority.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, he was.
With Seth
Rollins.
Rollins.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
one of the more. He gets lost in the shuffle, even
Sure.
though he should not.
He's just so consistent. I mean, it's just easy to look over him because
It's like
he's always in the background.
it's like a door. Like you go through it every day, but you're like, it's a door. But then when it doesn't work, you're like, fuck, it kind of sucks. You kind of take it for granted.
Yep.
That's kind of. I know I just compared Randy Orton to a fucking door.
That's
but, like,
great. No, but
Right,
it's,
you're
reliable.
right,
it's
you're
perfect because
like,
he's there every
it's
day.
reliable.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never think twice about it because it's always there.
No,
And now
it's
he's not there. And look what it did.
perfect.
Look what happened now that he's not there. Because Cody and Orton are
I
both
miss him.
gone. Now Brock's back. Like
Yeah.
it's a
I know.
trickle down effect.
It
You know what I mean?
sucks.
Like
yeah.
the big plan
It's
was
hard to enjoy
Roman,
SmackDown with Brock.
Roman and Randy
It's hard.
because that's what they've been. Hell, they have a program already.
And in Randy's first major
Yeah,
injury that I can
he
never
doesn't
think
get
of
hurt.
in
He
20
doesn't.
years.
Yeah, he's
I
had
mean-
2 big injuries.
And it makes sense as his back because the RKO, he lands on his back. So it totally makes sense it's his back.
All his shit,
Um,
his backbreaker, he uses his back.
Yeah.
His fucking DDT through the middle rope.
Like
He
Stone
uses-
Cold mentioned that his abdomen got fucked up because of doing the stunner every night. Well,
Can
Randy
imagine
Orton is
Orton's
doing the
back,
RKO.
I was
yeah.
thinking you're doing it every fucking live event. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, Cena's longevity's fucking crazy.
It
Yeah.
is.
Because he's doing the same shift every fucking night, 5 times a week, doing make-a-wishes before and after. It's like, it's fucking
Yeah.
Like
it's
how?
crazy.
On the go.
All right, so now it's Chuck's turn.
Yep.
Yep.
Chuck's turn.
And like I said, this is my personal. My original hasn't changed. The original, in my opinion, is Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock, Cena, because those four guys, in order, kept WWE professional wrestling in the mainstream light. So, and John Cena being my number one, it is what it is.
Yep.
And then Taker would be my honorable mention on that list. But on my personal list, honorable mention is AJ Styles. Yvonne already covered it. All the key points have been made. The dude is consistent. He is loved universally. Whether he built TNA is a company that AJ Styles built. Fact, without AJ Styles, TNA may not have lasted as long as it did.
That's the name I always used to read on the internet was
Yep.
if AJ Styles and John Cena
I mean,
ever fucking got in the ring together. And that moment on fucking Raw where John Cena
my
came
God.
out and it's like,
I'm telling you.
he's like, I've heard of you. And it's
Yep.
like, I heard of you too, you son of a bitch. And I was like, listen to this
Yep.
Styles fuck.
Yep.
I remember watching AJ Styles on Thursday on TNA, then watching John Cena on Monday night. I was like, dude, if they could just ever collide, I never thought they would. It's
Yep.
very much like Stone Cold and Goldberg.
I
Like, they'll
think
never
he
have a
sent me a
fight.
fucking message with like 85 cuss words and 1,000 exclamation points the night that he debuted at the
Oh,
Rumble.
I jizzed a little
I was
bit.
so
Yeah,
excited.
it
I'm
was.
like, who's that guy?
And I just watched him on Ring of Honor that Friday, and he debuted. I was like, what? I was like, I told Danae he will never be in WWE for whatever reason. And then there was 2 days later.
There he is.
Oh my God. But yeah, he's universally loved. He's consistent. He's in my opinion, he's equivalent to Shawn Michaels. Anybody he's in the ring with, he can make look good. He's just that damn good. Probably a better person than Shawn Michaels in real life. I have to believe that. I don't know for sure. Never been either of them. But AJ Styles is just the shit. Not enough to be on my top 4, but he is the shits.
Right.
Then we go, we had a new one.
Yeah, this is different than everybody
New
else.
one.
And dude, because it
And I
came
brought up both.
Oh,
both versions.
I like both those
Both are
pictures.
good, man. And I got into wrestling in the late 90s, right after Kane debuted. And being a guy who loves horror movies, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Jason, Michael, that character made me want to keep watching. And so, watching WWE, if it was like all the professional wrestling, I loved the characters. I didn't give a shit about professional wrestling. I was, I didn't grow up watching with my dad. No, I was an original dude who my buddy liked it, so I watched it. This is fucking stupid. Hated Hulk Hogan and all that shit. Because seriously, I had a buddy when I was a little kid. I watched that Macho Man, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, like that era. Fuck that. And then I got a little bit older, got into the early Attitude Era, saw shit like Mankind and Kane, and those guys were like, all right, let's see what's going on. I think it's still fucking stupid, but these characters drew me in. So it wasn't. I'm not gonna sit here and say I love professional wrestling. I like the characters of professional wrestling. I like TV. And professional wrestling, especially in those days, was more like TV. And Kane was a guy who I wanted to watch every night. I wanted to see Kane come out, tear shit up, catch shit on fire, and leave. And that's why me personally, if it wasn't for Kane, it's arguable that my interest wouldn't have stayed peak to keep
Fair.
watching professional wrestling.
But Stone Cold was so hard to put it too because he's the reason I started watching.
Me
See,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
But then John, I kind of got out of it for like 2 years after he left. He was gone, The Rock was gone, and I saw Cena. I was like, there's something about this fucking guy. I remember watching him smack Kurt Angle. My grandma was like, why the fuck do you smack that guy?
Yep.
Because fuck that guy, that's why.
I was like, Grandma, they call that getting him over. And I was like, I don't know who this John Cena fucker is. And back then I wasn't like, let me Google OVW. Like, it wasn't like today. Now we'll Google like, Jay White, who the fuck is that?
Right.
You pull it up and all this
all this shit.
Then you know who he is in 15
Yeah.
minutes.
And that's something else. I don't know. I don't remember the actual conversation. I've been drinking a lot this week. It's been a rough week. But there was a conversation. I think I said it talking about AEW and one of their issues, not to start that conversation again.
Oh, let's go.
But
Okay.
one of the things is I want to be able to watch this show for this show. I shouldn't have to know every wrestler's fucking history of his career to
It's like when
enjoy.
they bring in New Japan people.
Yeah,
and
like,
they're
I don't care.
Okada's here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody's freaking out. Like,
Who the
I
fuck
have
is
no
that?
idea. Who
this
the fuck-
title, this title.
Like,
I
for
don't
her,
know.
she don't watch New Japan.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
she's younger.
Exactly.
So, like,
And-
Okada, that doesn't mean nothing.
That's
to
why
her.
I'm kind of thrown off by that kind of stuff. That's why people say, well, WWE should be like, no, I don't want them to because I want to watch shit that I like and know. I don't need
Yeah,
to
it's like,
do that.
that's part of
Um,
why I do agree when they bring people in and change their identity a
Sure.
little bit.
Good
Like,
point. Yeah.
it's
absolutely.
like, now this is who they are. This is what they did.
Sure.
Like, they'll bring it up. Like, they put AJ Styles shit on there when he
Sure.
first got there. Like, yeah, he's TNA champion. They acknowledge
But it wasn't focused.
Yeah. Now they're like, he's fucking AJ Styles, and this is what he's going to do.
Sure.
And they booked him perfectly with fucking John Cena. Was Cena his first
That was
feud?
perfect. It was. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, they could have picked a better fucking feud.
Him and Roman too as well. But
And
anyway,
Jericho was his first Mania, right?
yes, and Styles lost.
Yeah.
Of course, Styles.
But I'm glad you brought the other picture in here too, because I loved Kane with when he took, but he kind of got him a good guy. He was teaming up with RVD, did that kind of shit. And then when they took the mask off, they actually kind of reinvented Kane, brought back the badass evil Kane, caught JR on fire,
He did.
and again, we kind of reunited the character in a different sense. Like him and Shane, I like to talk shit about Shane now because he went crazy, but his feud with Kane was legit. He caught his balls
He
on
had a
fire.
great feud with AJ Styles too.
He did, yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah, he
So
did.
Kane is like, Kane is a guy who he's
you know,
kind of
it's
like
funny,
Randy, stable.
Shane McMahon has had a feud with every
Everybody.
person on our Mount Rushmore. All of ours.
That's a good point.
All of them.
All of them. Yep.
All of them. I
That's a
should
good
have honorable mention to fucking Shane McMahon. Jesus Christ. He's feuded with everyone.
On our list.
He's the
Yep.
greatest
And he's
wrestler in the
done
world.
When we do top 5 bump takers, he's definitely on there.
He's
Yeah,
definitely-
that's
Jeff
legit.
Hardy's on there for in-ring and out of the ring.
Yeah.
But that's neither here or there.
That stuff.
Yeah, I thought Kane was an interesting choice, but I know I knew how big a fan of Kane you were.
Sure.
I remember that.
And that's one of those things. Like he's just a guy who I always loved growing up.
It's like
And-
on a literal Mount Rushmore, it's kind of like, how the fuck you have Kane on there? Like for this,
Right.
yeah.
And actually, if it was my real original, like I already said
At
it.
first, I was like, Undertaker, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, it's personal.
Sure.
That's right. That's when you ask, like, is this like by choice or like
Biased or unbiased?
Yeah.
That's basically what it
I'm
is.
with you? Because I would have fucking had to put like it's to be Cena, it's to be Stone Cold.
Sure.
It'd probably still be Taker.
He'd
My
be my
top
honorable
4
mention.
might not fucking change, honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
Honorable
Mine
and
may
Triple
a
H,
bit.
that's fucking dead
yeah,
on.
it's
for
hard to
me.
argue.
It's
And I didn't
Mhm.
get to watch Andre wrestle and Bret Hart wrestle
Mhm.
and fucking Bruno Sammartino
Sure.
wrestle.
I didn't
No.
And like I wasn't around. I wasn't on this earth.
Yeah.
If I wasn't around, I can't fucking help it. Like I wasn't my shit.
Absolutely. That's why I'm at too. Like, I'm sure they're amazing. They're awesome.
I'm
They
sure
made the
New
company
Japan's
good.
fine. I'm
Sure.
sure the pay-per-view is probably fine for all the people that's dreamed like New Japan to fucking come to America and wrestle like the guys here. I'm sure it was fucking great. I didn't care much for it.
It's not what intrigued me. Shit like this is what got me
But
going.
you bring over New Japan one time and like 90% of your fucking top tier of your roster's injured. I think that's a problem because they're used to working
Mhm.
a couple days and being off for months. AEW is a weekly product, but to each their own.
Sure.
But the only person we all had on our list.
Yep.
This is our
Stone
common.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Yeah. I mean, everybody got to love Stone Cold, like you said already. How intriguing was that? We wanted to see what Stone Cold was going to do that night. How was he going to beat some ass? Whether it was he's fighting the corporation, whether if he was dropping fucking cranes on DX, like we had to see what Stone
Hell,
Cold's
can
doing.
we just-
Smacking Vince with the bedpan.
At,
Yeah.
at fucking WrestleMania this year, we didn't know what the fuck he was even doing.
Did
It's
all.
like he's going to be there on the KO
He was
show.
on- he was on
Then he's
both
like,
shows.
listen, you son of a bitch, we're going to fight. Then he's drinking beer as he's fighting. Then the next night he comes out and stuns Pat McAfee
It's amazing.
and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon gets in a fucking match. It's like,
Did he
it's
stun
the most
Vince,
bizarre
too?
WrestleMania. Yeah, he stunned
Yeah, he
everybody.
did. He
Dude, I'm telling you, with Vince being out in that ring and that glass shattering, I'm like, fuck,
That's
yes.
why I got this picture. This was him after night 2. Look how fucking happy
Yeah.
he was.
He's
And
pumped.
he's talking about, I want to fight this year,
I would
maybe.
come back.
Oh, good. I hope so.
But he's healthy looking.
Dude,
Yeah, I
they're
mean-
KO over Stone Cold is rumored
Oh,
heavy
God.
again.
Let's do it.
It's rumored heavy again. But
Two.
I don't think Stone Cold's winning this one.
I hope not.
I think they got to pass that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to.
Eric
do
Bischoff
it.
even said yesterday or today's before on his podcast. He's like, dude, he's like, I think Kevin Owens about to blow up. He's like, just watch.
I hope
He's
so.
like, you've watched his
Dude.
work with
They
Zeke.
fight
He's
and
like, watch.
KO wins.
He's like, I know Vince.
He's
Vince
due.
rewards you for getting shit that ain't supposed to get over. And he's like, that Zeke's thing is fucking amazing.
He's
Yep,
due.
they
He
Kevin
did.
said
Owens
Kevin
due.
Owens is a huge part of that.
That's
He also
good.
thinks Zeke's going to get a really Zeke, Elias, whatever they determine him to be.
Don't
He's
get
also
over
like,
it.
that dude's money.
I hope
He's
so.
like, there's a
Already.
reason that out of the 83 people they fired, Elias has still been there.
Yep.
Like, and they could have easily cut him, but he hasn't
Sure.
been used since
Nope.
the
Yeah.
night after Mania
Yeah.
when Zeke became a thing.
Sure.
Yep.
So
I hope he's right. Because again, like I said, Stone Cold, he's just that guy. You got to tune in to see what he's going to do.
Yep.
And that's,
he's must see TV.
he is. Like you already
Absolutely.
mentioned, he's arguably the reason why Monday Night
WWE's
Raw
still
beat
there.
WCW. So absolutely. He's got so many good feuds, so many good matches. His feud with Triple H is iconic. His feud with The Rock is iconic. His feud with Taker is
Motherfucker
iconic.
walked out and came back.
Yeah, he walked out. He did a walkout, and he's still, absolutely. He had great chemistry with Eric Bischoff when Bischoff was a GM. Like the dude he's just that damn good. Stone Cold is. Say what you want, but the dude is that damn good.
Now we transition to a guy who's
Oh, or
just
Josh.
finally.
He's just
Chuck and I
okay.
have good taste. We have to put the Rock.
Same thing. Like you guys already brought up, he's just that, and he's another reason why Kane brought me in, Stone Cold brought me in. The Rock is why I kept, because I wanted to see what The Rock would say. He'd come out, take 10 minutes to get to the ring, take 10 minutes to fucking put his head up, take minutes to say finally. And then after that, no, Facebook user, we can't see you, just like John
that's
Cena.
Del Rio.
It says Facebook user. I don't know who it is.
Remember Del
I think it's
Rio?
John Cena.
What's up,
Cena, I'm such a
Del Rio?
big fan. I'm sorry for the disrespect. Let me get this piece of shit off the screen.
But
Oh,
I always
it's
wanted to
much
see
better.
what
Oh,
The
my
Rock
God.
was going to say.
Well,
That's
that's
why
out.
another reason I would tune in. The Rock was going to say something ridiculous, and I was going to laugh. I knew it, and I loved it. And one of my favorite Rock moments is when I was in vacation in Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, right during the invasion angle, and they announced that The Rock was coming back. Vince McMahon was the owner of WWF. Shane McMahon was the owner of WCW. The Rock came out. Who is he going to join? Is he going to stay on WWE? Is he going to join WCW? He rock bottom Vince. Shit, he's joining WCW. He shakes Shane's hand. Rock bottom Shane. Fuck. Like just that kind of shit. Like The Rock could always make that stuff really believable and entertaining. That he understands suspense. The Rock does, and that's one thing reason I love about him, because he's going to do something crazy. He's going to say something ridiculous. I love his promos, especially his Armageddon promo against 5 other guys: Austin, Rock, Rikishi, Taker, and Kurt Angle. Literally made fun of all 5 of those guys in a minute time span.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit I always wanted to see. And again, Kane brought me in. Austin kept me there. If it was for The Rock, I may have ADD'd out. You know. So that's why I love The Rock. And then my number 1
Uh-oh.
is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And then this guy is probably what made me appreciate professional wrestling more. All the other guys were showboats, you know, and HBK was the guy who you get in the ring. And I want to see what this guy's doing. I think he's consistent. He can make anybody look good in the ring, whether they're twice his size, half his size, or his same size. His match with Shelton Benjamin on Raw is still a match I think about every once in a while.
He had match of the year from 93, 94, 95, 96, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, and
I
2010.
see why.
He was the named Wrestler of the Decade for 2000, 2009, Most Inspirational Wrestler of the Decade for 2000, 2009, Inspirational Wrestler of the Year, Most Popular Wrestler of the Year, 95, 96, 3-time WWE Champion, sorry, 4-time. They split WWF World and World Heavyweight
Sure.
for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
3-time Intercontinental, European Champion. He won
Yeah,
the
I
tag
heard that
titles
though.
1 time with Triple H. He won the WWE Tag Team Championships 1 time with Triple H. He won the WWF/World Tag Team titles 5 times, twice with Diesel, once with Stone Cold, once with John Cena, and once with Triple H.
John
He
Cena.
won the Royal Rumble in back-to-back years. Was the first person to ever win it from number 1. He was the first Grand Slam champion. The 4th triple. I did not know he was the first Grand Slam champion.
I didn't either.
He's the 4th Triple Crown champion. He won 15 fucking Slammies.
Wow.
He's been in the Hall of Fame twice. In 2011 by himself, and 2019 as a member of D-Generation X. He won Best Babyface twice, Feud of the Year in 04 with Chris Benoit and Triple H. 2008 with Chris Jericho. That was my personal favorite feud HBK
It
ever
was
had.
really, really good.
It was very fucking personal. It was very good. He won Match of the Year in his ladder match with Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10. He won Match of the Year for his match with Chris Jericho at No Mercy in 2008 as a ladder match. He won Match of the Year in 09 and 010. In 2010, his matches with The Undertaker. Back-to-back, those are the 2
Those are
manias.
good.
That first WrestleMania, I'll never fucking forget, man.
He
It was
won Most
crazy.
Charismatic 6 years. Best Wrestling DVD in
Of course he
2011.
did. Yep.
Okay.
Tag Team of the Year with
Whatever
Marty
that means.
Jannetty. And he
Wow.
won Worst Feud of the Year.
Marty Jannetty. He blocked me on his Facebook page for a while. I'm back now. He just muted me for like a month, but I'm back now.
And Dave, and this is probably Sean's most proud of achievement. He was put in Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter Hall of Fame in 2003.
I'm sure that matters.
Sean, yeah.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, all the other guys I like for the showmanship and the hardcore stuff. HBK is why I really got interested in the wrestling matches. He's just that good. Like his mic skills never that great. He has his little dumb eye going around every once in a while. But dude, like, and like I didn't even really watch him before he lost his smile. That was kind of pre me. But when he came back in 02 is when I was like, all right, this guy's awesome. And then fucking his feud with Triple H really got me into it, and I love the guy.
Vince loves cocks.
That was
When
later,
they
yeah.
When they
Yeah.
dressed up as Shane.
Like he was entertaining.
Yeah.
And now him and Triple H. Now cool, they're running NXT because Triple H is now back down
They're
there. And
buds.
Sean's doing a good job doing it.
Oh, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, like Sean, dude, like his in ring skills. Like I compare him and AJ Styles are very.
He said
They
the
are
closest
similar.
thing to
They
him
are.
is down in NXT.
Yeah,
He said it's so. He's like, I get to work with him every day. Carmelo Hayes, that's the closest thing to me that there is right out there right now.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's saying something because Adam
That
Cole was compared a lot when he was
He was.
down there,
Yeah.
and so is AJ Styles. But he said the closest thing to him that he's seen, in his opinion, and he's like, I think I know a little bit about myself.
Sure.
Is Carmelo Hayes.
That's
But
good.
We'll see. I'm a big fan of his as well. Del
I
Rio,
am too.
who we think that is,
What's up,
has
Justin?
like pictures with him everywhere.
Justin has pictures I buy.
Who doesn't? Justin from nerdsofwrestling.com. Who doesn't he hang out with?
He chases.
Exactly.
Justin's a hug chaser.
He's like, what do you call it? Like, what do you call that? Like, what do you call women who like chase cops? Like a cop?
Whore.
Yeah, that's like the technical
Wow,
term.
okay.
But there's like a
Wow.
catch.
Justin, quit whoring around with all these wrestlers.
There's a catchphrase for that.
We know you have a picture with different wrestlers. We get it. Okay. We're jealous.
You get to meet all these cool wrestlers because you live in New Jersey where they all go. I get it.
I mean, we met Corbin, but
And we're in St. Louis. We did meet.
not
Corbin.
to
You know what
brag,
else
but we do have a picture.
Zeke met John Cena.
And I want to speak with Zeke, man. I'm telling you,
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna buy me a Zeke shirt when they come out.
Yeah.
I promise I will.
But now
Oh boy, friction.
the money time for you guys.
Money, money,
Yeah.
money,
And I
money,
say
money,
money.
money, money,
That's money in the bank. Where's the picture?
I ain't scared.
All our
Nice,
social
dude.
medias, they're both happy right now, but they're both. One of them is going to be upset.
I'll probably cry.
And
If I
there's
lose.
a pretty dude. They did a badass job with this post.
That
as
is
well.
a cool post.
That is pretty cool.
I mean, going from the fact that they had to change the poster because like half the people on it weren't going to be on the show,
That happens.
and this is what they ended up with.
I like it.
Seems to be a thing these days.
But let's get it going. So we want to say for SummerSlam already confirmed because he will not be at Money in the Bank.
Nope.
Roman Reigns will fight Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match live July 30th at 8 o'clock.
Glad Brock's not at Money
For the
in the Bank either.
undisputed Universal Champion. I'll give you a guarantee. If you didn't hear it last week, you'll get it here soon. So let's start with Theory
Oh gosh.
because I will put the picks in the banner so that we have them.
So this one that we
Theory
talked,
versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship.
I don't see Cena interfering myself either.
Nah, he won't.
I thought about it last week when I'm like, he's going. I don't think so. Oh, boy.
This is easy. It's Austin Theory all day long.
Theory has his connections.
He ain't losing that title.
I
Not
would
to
have picked
Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
Nah. That's why you're losing your title soon.
Watch Bobby Lashley win.
I know.
Theory doesn't need the belt to be relevant.
That's actually a good point. Lashley, because Lashley's been but he got the upper hand on Monday, so it's
I'll
Theory.
think about it. I'll think about it.
You can't think about it.
You have like
I'll-
14
Before
more
the end
minutes.
of this show, I'll think about it. How about
All right.
Usos.
Ooh, so
Street Profits.
that? The Usos.
all day Usos.
Ronda Rousey
That one's tough.
and Natalia.
Rousey.
That one is
I would have
tough.
picked Usos as well.
I got Rousey. I love Natalia, but I want Ronda to lose, but I'd rather see her lose when someone cashes in.
Oh, I would love Ronda to lose because Ronda sucks at everything she
I
does.
agree.
Here's the thing about
But it's Ronda.
This is why we don't do cash-ins predictions on Money in the Bank anymore. Because one, typically the fucking Money in the Bank match is the last match of the night, so you can't
Mhm.
cash in on somebody when the match is literally at the end of the night.
Sure.
But I do think that. Oh, we ain't even at that pick yet. Anyway, Rousey.
We all got Rousey. Yeah.
Sorry, I was fucking
As
breaking
much
down.
as me and Chuck want to see her lose.
I love Natty.
I do too.
I love her husband. But
Me
this is a throwaway match. We all know
It
this.
is.
Carmella.
My favorite.
Carmella. Not Carmella. The other
Bianca.
one.
Oh, Carmella. All right, hold on. Let me
Bianca.
lock that one
Every-
in.
I said Bianca.
Chuck, what
Every time we've done picks, I've never picked Bianca. I gotta pick
It's
Bianca.
Bianca.
Carmella's my favorite,
All right.
but it's Bianca.
We have a full field.
This one's
Becky
tough.
Lynch, Alexa
This is
Bliss,
tough.
Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lacey Evans, Asuka, and Shotzi Blackheart. I love the fact that Shotzi Blackheart
Is
and
it-
Raquel Rodriguez are both in this fucking match.
And they're at the fucking front of the poster.
They are-
Before Becky, so for me, there's two people that can win. It's Becky or Raquel Rodriguez.
I agree with that.
Because Raquel Rodriguez is like their new shiny little fucking toy that they know is
She's
going to
new,
be a
yep.
fucking monster. She was great in NXT, and she's been really, really good. She's been on
She's
SmackDown.
been dominating.
Very pretty. She can wrestle. She's fucking huge, and she'll fuck you up. And she can play either role. In NXT,
Mess
she's
with
played
her,
both
She's
roles.
doing a great job. Yeah, those are the
I-
two.
If I was picking, I would pick Raquel to win. Becky's a close fucking second.
I'm
this
picking
would
Becky,
be
but,
this would
yeah.
be my toss. one thing is, it's so generic to have both of these fuckers win.
Right.
It would be.
It is.
You're
And
right.
it's so fucking.
It's tough. I'm stuck
Seth
between
winning
those.
makes a hell lot more sense
Yeah.
than Becky, because Becky can keep going in her fucking. I'm a shell of my former self.
And that's
And
what
she
they've
can
been
get a
going
title
with.
shot
She doesn't need
without
a
the
briefcase.
briefcase.
No.
'Cause she's already rumored to be fighting Bianca at fucking SummerSlam. So why the fuck she need a briefcase
She
for?
don't- Let
But-
somebody have a briefcase that
Anyway.
can, do more.
This ain't about me this time. I'm selfish. I'm used
I
to it
had-
being all about me.
I had
I'm not
Alexa.
involved.
My 3 was Raquel, and then Becky, and then Alexa.
I would have
think-
had Raquel, Becky,
Who are you picking?
and Liv.
Oh, Lord.
It doesn't matter.
I knew
who
that was
you're
coming. I
picking.
knew that was coming. That was a good.
So you're picking Becky.
I want to pick Alexa, but I know she ain't gonna win.
I had her at first. I think her and Liz will be a tag
This is a
team.
good match.
I agree.
They got a
between
good group of women in this one
those
too.
two.
Raquel or Becky.
It's
You got-
WWE.
You got the newbies in there with Raquel and fucking Shotzi.
I'm going with Becky. I'm not even going to fuck with. I'm going with Becky.
It's weird seeing her featured in the back corner.
That
too.
is. It is kind of weird. You're right.
I got Raquel.
Normally she's front and center with all
Yeah.
her fucking
I
bling
got
and shit.
Raquel.
She just got like hair dye on her face and she's pissed off
Yeah,
about
she's
it.
all like fly leaf these days.
Yeah, my.
And the
Yep.
men's
Yep.
Riddle, Seth, Drew, Omos, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and TBD.
That's John Cena right
I
there.
don't know. Let me see.
Probably SmackDown. They'll reveal it tomorrow or Friday night. I'm going with Seth Rollins. There's nobody else that makes sense.
Me too.
Good call. Good call.
Me too.
Oh, two Seths. Okay. Well,
Like TBD, I don't know who that is, so I'm not gonna go with TBD. Omos ain't winning because he can't walk on the ladder without breaking it. Sheamus doesn't make any sense. We all know it ain't
The only
gonna be
other
Sami.
We
person-
don't need it.
that makes
Not
sense.
really. My
Sami
2.
Zayn.
Yeah, my 3 would be Seth, Riddle, or Zayn.
Seth Zayn Riddle would be my 3.
I'm going with Rollins. I'd like it for
KO
me
is
too.
going to get that last. It's going to be KO or. I can see
It's gonna be Seth.
Kevin would make sense. Does he have any plans for SmackDown yet?
No, he was supposed to fight on Raw, and
Oh, he wasn't
and
there.
Zeke, and his match was for the fucking last spot.
Gotcha.
But Owens had to pull out due to some personal issue, which is why you saw Zeke hang out with John Cena instead.
Sure.
There's nothing announced.
I'm going with Seth.
Happy Corbin will give his answer
Oh Lord.
to McAfee.
Of course.
Either way.
Shayna Baszler and Zia Lee will fight Raquel Rodriguez and Lacey Evans. The Viking Raiders go and take on the New Day. So there's not a 8th. So if something happens that the newest person added, either of them want to pick them, we'll adjust that before the pay-per-view.
Sure. But
Because we are obviously aware 130 fucking 9 episodes in that SmackDown airs after our show.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we just threw that out today. But
yeah.
Just saying.
But this is for the RSH Money in the Bank briefcase, which the story behind is I went to an event at the Nutter Center with Chuck, and he gave me, we bought really good tickets that were like $75 because we were like, fuck it. He gave me an
Might as well.
$80. I walked straight to the booth and paid 70 of it for this fucking briefcase.
they took that cash in
Yeah.
the briefcase.
And hey, it's paid dividends because it's part
Yes,
of,
now
it's been a
it's-
part of the show for a while.
Now it's a prop.
And then this leads to
Yeah.
my bold prediction is I guarantee that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar will end with
The cash.
neither of them being champion.
I hope you're right.
I hope
And-
you're right too.
This motherfucker right here making it rain all over his wife will be carrying
Jeez, I'd be recording
that.
with that.
those championships into WrestleMania this year.
I hope so.
I hope so.
We don't want to see another Roman.
And I will
Brock
make
match.
some kind of prop bet or dye my hair or cut or do something before SummerSlam. Always have to obviously make sure that Seth actually wins the fucking briefcase.
Oh,
Sure. That's a big. I mean, that's a big prediction for having him win it and
Mhm.
recreate WrestleMania 31.
But this time he is going to stomp
No,
Brock's face.
I agree with that. We just
And
talked about that
pin
last
Brock
week.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
Good.
I really think it's
I
going to be
hope so.
WrestleMania 31, but the opposite.
Because back
This-
then they wanted to protect Brock.
Sure.
Now they want
Roman.
to protect Roman.
Yep,
So it
absolutely.
makes perfect fucking
I'm gonna
sense.
stick with theory.
I think it's a
I'm gonna stick with
very
them.
you're gonna stick with theory. So
Yeah.
in retrospect, God damn it, you guys can have the same.
No, we have different women.
No, you don't.
No, we picked a different
Who
match.
did you pick to win?
I pick Raquel.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we had
All right,
different women.
All right.
Becky and Raquel.
Sorry,
Those
I
are two.
missed
That's
that one.
tough. One. I can see one.
All right. So the women's Money in the Bank.
I think Raquel's too new. That's just me.
The women's Money in the Bank will determine your guys' fate.
It's always a woman's match. It seems like because it's kind of
You
cool.
both got
Because
Theory,
women are unpredictable.
You both got Usos.
I'm not saying.
You both got Rousey. You both got Bianca. Chuck, you have Becky. Yvonne has Raquel Rodriguez. You guys both have Seth Rollins. You think any surprise appearances happen? Any returns, like a Bailey or something?
Nah.
I think they should wait on Bailey.
Bailey versus Ronda Rousey is heavily rumored for SummerSlam.
If they saw the split open at Money in the Bank, I'd say
Why
maybe
can't
they
they
would be
put-
that person. But if it's all live filled, nah.
All right.
I would wait on Bailey.
I think Charlotte could be that mystery person in the men's world.
Oh, she's coming back.
Well,
in
let's look at
August.
the
She's
Adam's
gonna-
apple on that
Yeah,
gray
I mean,
box. How big is that?
It's pretty.
Don't worry, Josh. She's coming back in August. Don't worry.
Hey, she's just got married. Her dad's about to die in the ring. Like she has a lot going on.
Oh, her husband's back on
Can't
AEW.
stand Ric Flair. There's a douche.
But yeah, that's our predictions. And
Yep.
Make sure to follow us on social media.
One of us had the briefcase.
All of them
It'll be me. It'll be me.
at RSH Wrestling.
I'm gonna fucking hold
next week.
And
Right
you'll
here.
sit it right here in front.
Next
It'll
all
be
night.
sit- It'll be sitting somewhere. Over
So
here.
for next week, the tentative plan is obviously Wednesday. Cy Powell from Chain Wrestling, the SJP podcast. He has a couple now. I can't keep up.
Yeah, he's
I
like a shit
can't
He
ton.
wants to come on, break down Money in the Bank,
There we
and
go.
talk about what we've been working on with him behind the scenes
Yep.
That sounds good.
coming up. So
Big
I
new
think the
stuff.
plan right now is for him to be on the show next week.
All right.
Hell
He's
yeah.
in UK, so his time
5-hour difference.
Very
It's
different.
11 p.m.
Yep.
when we go live. So we might try to go live a little bit earlier. We'll just figure that out and we'll share our show like we always do.
Sure.
But he's pretty excited. We've been talking to him about this for probably a couple months.
And you
We've
guys
been
know
talking to him about it so long that we forgot we talked to him about it. When he brought it up the other day, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And I was like, oh shit.
What
It's
are you
like,
talking
oh.
about?
And I was like, yes, Cy's a good dude. He's been on here
He's
4 or 5
Been
times.
on here a few times.
We've been on his pod. Me and Chuck have been on his podcast, I think.
Yep, we have been.
I broke down NXT and you broke down
something.
something.
WCW
Yeah,
shit.
some shit.
Yeah.
Like we did the best of for a year-end show.
Remember you guys do.
And we did like NXT Wrestler of the Year and shit like that.
He's a cool guy. I love Cy.
I do too.
Yeah, and he's gonna break down Money in the Bank. He has not watched WWE since WrestleMania.
Jeez.
Dang.
So he said he's
That's,
going into Money in the Bank. Just
Just ready.
he didn't know who Theory was. He
Oh, my
wasn't really
goodness.
sure who the fuck. He didn't know Rousey was back.
We're not
He
missing
forgot
much.
because he didn't watch your Mania match. He said.
Sure.
Um,
You're not missing
he
much.
doesn't know who half these women
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
So this will be interesting.
It
So
will
it'll
be.
be an interesting watch for him.
Yeah, it will be.
Um,
You're that mystery
Is he
guy.
watching it live?
yeah.
Poor guy. That's late.
It's like, yeah.
If I was booking this myself,
The
I would
last
have
one.
Sami Zayn win this one.
I mean, that'd be cool, but
I
we all
would
know he ain't
have-
going to be a real competitor.
I would
with it.
have Raquel win this one.
I'd agree with that too. I
I'd
just don't
have
think
Becky,
Vince will.
I'd have Bianca still win. I'd have
Sure.
Rousey still win. I'd have the Profits take the straps off the Usos.
That ain't happening.
At some point, they're gonna.
I'd
lose
have
that
Lashley.
belt.
I would have Theory getting cocky, doing something like this, like doing kind of like. You guys can't see.
Did we say who's winning the Brock Lesnar Reigns match?
No, that's SummerSlam. Just say that's not this weekend.
Oh, it's not this weekend.
That's next pay-per-view. This
Oh.
Money in the Bank this weekend. SummerSlam's end of the month.
But Theory
I saw a poster. Been drinking. I
Oh
got
yeah, no,
confused.
you're good.
Theory has a way
I put
of
that on
winning,
here
though.
so we had it for
I
SummerSlam.
got you.
This is where Seth Rollins
Right.
the WWE
I hope
Undisputed
so.
Champion.
I just realized. I
We
mean,
don't wanna
I
see
And the
another
booking
match
makes
like
sense
this.
because one, Seth has beat Brock clean multiple times.
Sure.
And two,
That's
they have protected the fuck out of Seth when he feuded with Roman. We
Sure.
saw
They
that
did.
firsthand.
Yeah,
in
they're giving
St.
both
Louis.
those guys love to.
They did.
Yep.
And Seth said a million times, I'm the antidote for Roman Reigns. Everybody knows it. Like I'm the one that he can't beat.
I made
Yep.
it personal with Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Yeah.
they grew up in the good business together. So yeah, they're definitely.
So next week we will be here live breaking down one who won the briefcase.
One of the best pay-per-views of
And
the
then
year.
I will
typically.
be on my 801st day. So, we should.
Well, count
I have
down,
Cy
it's
bring
gonna-
me a gift.
Dude, you should just steal it from him, like over the weekend.
I don't leave it. I
You
hide
don't
it.
leave it there.
I always hide it in different spots.
Turn that shit into the 24/7 title. Let's take it.
People start
God, yeah.
tackling me at Walmart.
You got
And then
it,
we'll
guys.
break down with Cy Money in the Bank, what's going on with us and him going forward. And then we're on to fucking SummerSlam.
Yep.
It's crazy.
SummerSlam is 27 days after Money in the Bank.
Jeez.
So literally
There's
4
a-
weeks. They're actually putting that on a Sunday.
It's like
this
early
year.
August this year.
No, July 30th.
Oh, it's already. It's in July. SummerSlam is.
I'm used to it in August.
Shit. Usually it is in
I
August.
didn't notice till
Yeah, there it is. Usually it is in August.
Yeah, it's
like,
like late
Jeez.
August.
yeah.
Is this the only match they've announced? Is this
Last
one?
year it was August 25th.
What's that Castle pay-per-view? Is that still a thing?
That's why it got pushed up.
Oh,
Mm.
Castle pay-per-views after this.
Oh,
Then they go to Saudi.
got it. So they were like, we gotta do our overseas.
They got to do some traveling shit.
All right.
There's also a rumor that Seth might cash. They want Seth to be such a fucking heel that they could have Drew beat Roman and
Seth Cash.
and the fucking
Oh, jeez.
UK and have Seth go cash in on Drew.
You could.
I love it.
Get him some fucking. You want to get Seth some more heat?
Yeah.
Like,
There
Jesus
you go.
Christ.
Screw over their fucking local hero.
Like, I finally beat Roman. Stomps. Like, fuck.
Done.
But I think it makes a lot more sense
To
here.
wait
I think so.
And I think Roman could still fight Drew over there
Sure.
and not for the belt. And it's still a huge match.
Sure.
Absolutely.
But
Like, I think this is like I really believe that Roman. I think what we already said, Rollins will cash in during the match, but this time, like you mentioned, he'll pin Brock Lesnar.
Good.
But if not, that's cool.
I'm all for Brock losing and everything.
Yeah, fuck Brock and his
Exactly.
Goro haircut.
He's just creepy to look at.
He's a
Please
douche.
take that picture down.
Oh, I like to shoot cows. Nobody cares, Brock Lesnar.
He's entertaining. I'll give him that. But
his
Yeah,
new gimmicks, man.
his new gimmick's been pretty good.
when Roman calls him a dumb farmer, I can't help to put laugh.
Yeah, I just take Brock Lesnar out of pure spite.
He doesn't look at
We know.
contracts when signing him. He's just
We know.
like Roman.
He suplexes cows. He suplexes his wife. We get it. Calm down. But that's it. Is that all we got?
That is it.
God, yeah.
All right, guys. Hope you all enjoy the show. Again, if not, it's an hour and a half
I'll
in.
leave you with this.
And we'll leave you with Ezekiel's nipples. They're always nice to look at. I think he's a good-looking guy. I'm not
He
gonna
is a
lie.
good-looking guy.
We need one of these fucking songs to say goodbye to.
There it is. I like it. Join us next week, 6 p.m. roughly Eastern Standard Time, to break down Money in the Bank. And until then, continue to fear regularly scheduled hostility.